Street Fighter. Come on.
Round one, fight! Hadouken! 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 Hadouken!
Perfect.
You win! Round two, fight! Fight! Yoga! Yoga fire! Yoga Hadouken! 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 Yoga fire!
Ruin my fun.
You win! Perfect!
Oh, shit, how do I answer that?
Playing the game of that Street Fighter, Street Fighter, Street Fighter.
There you go.
Go.
Yo.
Yo. Yo. Yo.
Ouch! How do you say?
Shit. Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
You?
Playing a game of that Street Fighter.
Gotta love that Street Fighter.
Yeah.
Oh, phew. Fucking Ryu.
Hadouken!
Oh my god, I'm gonna lose to Ryu.
Oh snap. You are right. You
Oh, I got him. Alright.
take.
Fuck this off.
I'm ready when y'all are ready.
Yeah, I'm ready when you all are ready. Are you ready, Chinny?
No. Yeah.
Bastard.
The thing goes welcome yo to the veteran gamers. Juju, Jimmy, other fellas will tell you about every single game that you're playing this week. News, reviews, and an indie pick. Stu story time and Chinny's game breakers. Here comes Duke with the soundbite saviors. It's the veteran gamers.
Boring!
It's the veteran gamers.
Homer, there's a man here who thinks he can help you.
Batman?
No, he's a scientist.
Batman's a scientist.
It's not
Switch that
Batman.
console off before you have to press repeat, yo.
Other kids in Springfield are SOBs.
What are you on your way to a dick meeting?
Hello and welcome to episode 406 of the Veteran Gamers Podcast.
Yay, 406, something, something in the mix. I'm Duke.
I'm Stu.
Today.
Yay!
Yay.
We are not military veterans. We're veterans of the gaming lifestyle.
And we also stream live on Twitch and YouTube every Sunday, 9 PM GMT. That's British time, folks.
gold. G-O-L-D, G-O-L-D, it's gold.
So, how is everyone?
I'm great.
Yep.
I should be
good.
grading papers. I graded some earlier. I got a good number of them done. I need to keep going.
So, you feeling better that you got those out of the way then?
Yeah, it's been a good Sunday. How about y'all?
I'm all right. How are you, Ginny? How's the toilet? Is it still working?
Yep, that whole ordeal is finished.
Oh, thank
yeah.
you. Whole ordeal.
Yeah.
'Cause it's a hole in the ground.
Yeah, there you go. Thank God for that, I'll tell
It's
you.
all good.
I
I
did
need to talk about. I need to build the Lego thing. I completely.
Oh,
do.
my God. You got
I
a
need
Lego
to-
thing build.
Yeah, right. Let's set up
You
a
don't get to
camera.
talk, you don't get to put clips up. All we want to see is you building a Lego thing. Just
Okay.
to have those other things as well.
So here's a camera of me, and it's going to come onto the screen. No, there it is.
Yeah.
Look at that.
The thing goes
Pa,
Black
pa, pa,
magic.
pa. So this I'm holding for the camera is a Star Wars Lego thing that was given to me by Andy from Panda Reviews.
I saw you did. You mixed them up together. That's
I
good.
did.
I like it.
And he gave me one last year, and he gave me one this year. So now I'm going to build it while doing the show. So
How nice of him.
that is very nice
Now,
of him. So
Stu, have you gotten Lego things from this person?
No.
And I haven't gotten Lego things from this person. What makes Chinny so special?
it's because I'm better than you.
Because Chinny is. That's why.
See,
He is
I can-
special.
Yeah.
It's true.
Special needs.
All right, who's got a story time?
I've no story this week. I've not done much at all this week.
Time. It's story time. Story time.
Well, I got a story time. So there I was at school, and this is an actual story. I was just starting to talk, and then I actually came up with a story. How about that?
Cool. I like it. I like it. It's good.
I got an email on my school account that said, it was really random, and it said, "Hey, I need to interview you, ask you a couple of questions. I can't find any information about you on the internet. Can you please let me know if you can answer some questions?"
That
And
is
I
very
was like,
random.
What is this? You're not going to tell me you're some deaf person on Gumdrop, are you? Like, what the heck? It felt sketchy.
It
So, but I wrote
sounds
back-
sketchy.
Yeah, I wrote back and I'm like, yeah, okay, I guess. Who are you? Where did you get my name? Why are you interviewing me? And she writes back and she goes, well, it's for this class at the local community college. We have to interview a Wisconsin author. And your book sounds interesting and I want to ask you questions. I was like, oh, sweet. I'm famous.
And then she said, I'm also deaf, and I need to buy.
Yeah.
I will send the questions as soon as you send 30 pounds.
I am actually sat outside your house at this very moment.
Yeah.
It would have been helpful had she explained all that before she just popped the
Yeah,
question.
I know.
You know what
It
I mean?
was weird. Like, dear kid, when you're writing to someone that you don't know, here's the way you should structure your email. Also, capitalize your goddamn sentences. What
Yeah.
are kids today?
Anyway.
But there's a tip for the young people in the audience. If you are conversing with someone you don't know, the way you write your messages can really say a lot. Even if it's a text message or an email, like put some capitalization and punctuation in that shit.
Introduce
make
yourself.
you
Tell
stand
them
away
what you
from the
want.
crowd
God, honestly, kids these days, what are you gonna do with them?
these days. What are you gonna do? All right, I guess we're jumping right into what we've been playing.
you been playing?
What you been playing? What you been playing?
Whoa! Just a minute. We need to check. Is this interview arranged? Then are you doing this thing?
Oh no, it's just over email. She sent some questions. I responded. It's done.
All right. Okay.
It's not like in person or anything.
All right. Okay. So, what did she ask anyway? Out of interest. What
Oh,
did
she
wanna
asked the usual stuff that people ask writers. Where do you get your ideas from? And when did you start writing? And she asked what were your high school years like.
You sound
was
so ungrateful, dude.
I know.
It's
Yeah. It
I'm
does,
grateful.
doesn't it?
It's just that I've been asked those things a whole bunch. And
Well,
after a
that's
certain
true.
point-
I suppose the one thing I would really know is where do you get your ideas from?
Yeah. What are your ideas, man?
Well, you see, I have a pact with Satan, and he shows up every week with 3 ideas, and I give him 10 gallons of my blood.
And how many years have you been doing this for? You know.
10 years. So he's
Wow.
got
What inspired you to start writing, dude?
Yeah. What inspired you, man?
Satan. He said, I'll give you some ideas. if you give me 10 gallons of blood.
Satan seems to figure a lot into the reason you're doing this thing.
Well,
Are you? Why is that? Why is that
success.
exactly?
I owe all my success to Satan.
Okay, bored.
Yeah, bored now. Anyway, games, video
Hey,
games.
I'm going first this week.
Oh my
Suck it,
God.
everybody
Go,
else.
suck it
I'm
up, man. Go for it.
charged. I got platinum in Rocket League!
Wow.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
So what happened? I didn't even catch that.
You
What the hell
got
happened?
platinum in Rocket League.
Oh, platinum. That's what that
I'm in
screeching
Rocket
scream
League.
was.
I know, right? Whoa, what are you looking at me like that for, Duchess? Leave me alone.
Yeah, I'd be looking at you like that if you suddenly did that for no reason.
Well, it's not no reason. It's a very good reason because I got platinum. What? No more just living in gold.
Gold. G-O-L-D, G-O-L-D, and gold.
Platinum. That's platinum. So yeah, I
So,
realized that.
are you too good to play with me now? Are you like, fuck?
No, you're too busy playing PUBG. And Tony and I were playing earlier today, and you came on and went right into PUBG. You
Well,
could
you
have
can-
played with us.
I was playing the other game I've been playing, bloody Hellboy, and then Fraser was the one that pulled me over to.
Oh, I
Bloody
see how this
PUBG.
Oh,
works.
so we need to send you an engraved invitation then. That's the problem.
No, because Fraser said, "Oh, Chini needs to get off that fucking Hellboy." On the on the WhatsApp chat, and I was like, "Oh man, yeah, I really need to get off this game
So
and
what?
play."
Well, just a minute. So what you're saying is the drug dealer sort of made an appearance, was
Yeah.
like offering you some drugs, and then you were like,
No,
oh,
he was.
can't
He
resist
was
the
it's
drugs.
kind of like when a hooker's standing on the wrong corner. He's like, "Hey, what are you doing standing on that corner? You should be standing on my corner. Get on my corner." And then that's what I did.
I'll tell you.
So
That's
anyway,
like,
I was at gold 3-4, and I realized if I got one more win, and it's on standard, it's not doubles, so whatever. But if I got one
you
more
know
win,
what? You know what? Can I just say the video that Chinny is showing right now? I would have loved that to be you, Duke, doing that just now
that's
because that was amazing.
because I'm not doing stuff that's that impressive yet, but I am getting I think I'm getting pretty good at this freaking game. I gotta say, like, I better have gotten good at it. I got 1,200 hours in the son of a bitch.
Yeah.
And in fact, I should have got platinum before this, but whatever. And the nice thing was I posted it in the Reddit and I said, I know this isn't a big deal to a lot of people, but whatever, like I'm very happy about it. And there are a lot of people who were like, yeah, good for you, dude. Way to go. And this one person was like, oh, well, I'm pretty happy because I just got Challenger or whatever, the very top tier. But good for you for getting platinum. And he got downvoted to hell. And I was like, yes, people are rejecting toxicity in the
People
Rocket
are being
League.
nice.
I know, it's pretty cool. So yeah, now the next step is, this is ridiculous, but it's true. If you win 12 games at a certain
Oh my
rank,
God, it never ends.
Oh, God.
it never ends. If you get 12 wins at a certain rank, then at the end of the season, you will get a reward for that rank.
Oh, God.
What's
It'd be
the
some stupid
reward?
goal celebration or some shit,
Well, that's the
won't
thing.
it?
It's I got my gold dragon for last season. And that was the
Yeah.
first time I ever got a gold reward. So I'm hoping maybe I got 2 of them so far. If I can win another 10 times at the platinum level, I will get the platinum reward. That would be wicked.
And what do you get? What do you get for that?
Well, no one knows. That's the thing.
Nobody knows what
Until
you're gonna
the
get.
season
So,
begins,
right,
we
well,
don't
hazard a guess. What do you think you're gonna get for that?
probably be a goal explosion because introduced the banners this season, and I don't really care about the banners. I don't think people really do mind. I think Antonio nailed it when he said that it looks a lot like Call of Duty because they have had banners since forever. Yeah, I don't know.
So you're getting mega excited on the
I'm
off
not even excited. I don't really care. It's the idea
You do
of
care.
having
Don't
some-
lie. You care because otherwise you wouldn't be
No,
mentioning
no.
it, going on about
Right.
it.
But the reward is, I mean, whatever. I'm trying not to get too attached to the idea of winning the platinum reward because I don't want it to be devastating if I don't make it there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just like having the idea of having some proof that I touched platinum, and I have the screenshot, so I know I did it.
You got
It's
the
like
proof, man. You got the proof.
Yeah, I got the proof.
You go, girl.
Yeah.
Go, girl.
So, yeah, Rocket League. It's a lot of fun. I'm playing it a lot. What else is new?
Oh yeah, nobody knows about that game. You should tell us more.
Yeah. But I gotta talk about the other game I've been playing. because as you all know, I don't know if anybody's tuning in for the first time, they haven't heard this, but I say it a lot. Shadow of Mordor, the Lord of the Rings game, was one of I've ever gotten 100% on, right?
Yeah.
Well, this week, the past week, Shadow of War, the sequel, finally came out.
That's right.
Yeah, and I was like, here's the thing. First of all, finances are becoming a thing. Like, I ate through some of my savings this summer, and so I kind of need to save some money. We're redoing our roof. We need to get solar panels put on and all that. And the point is, I mean, you know, a new game now and then isn't a big deal. But there's Destiny 2 is coming to the PC.
Solar panels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that way I can
green. He's green, man. He's green.
What's the
I can
Earth done
charge
for
my
you?
car and not have to worry about, you know,
What
I'm
has the Earth, the sun, done to you for you lately?
Exactly. Nothing.
Exactly.
Stupid son.
Yeah.
Thinks it's better than me. So anyway, are you going to put up Shadow of War or not?
Oh, sorry. I'm building a fucking Lego thing.
He's busy, man. He's busy. Leave him alone.
I have to be able to multitask.
God, you're so ungrateful.
Paying my bills and doing the... Wait, no, I'm not paying the bills right now. I'm just sitting here staring at them.
Exactly.
Anyway,
He's so ungrateful, man.
So here's the thing. Destiny 2 is coming out, and for some reason that really appeals to me. So I was like, all right, I'm setting aside some money for that.
God.
But then I was like, ooh, Shadow of War. I mean, I love the first one so much. So I was looking at it, and then I was like, oh, wait, 70 gigabyte install. I don't know why, but that seemed like a big deal to me.
It's a big game. It's a big game.
That's
I
just
don't know if
standard
it's normal.
shit these days.
Yeah, these days most games are huge, aren't they?
But that's the thing, is that like I'm running out of hard drive space.
Oh
So
no!
I'm gonna have to clean some stuff out. I'm gonna have to.
You
change...
could delete Rocket League. You could get rid of that shit.
How dare you, sir?
Skyrim. You could get rid of Skyrim.
I uninstalled PUBG. I hate to tell you, but it's true.
Oh,
Of course you did.
dude.
Of course you
Do you want me to
did.
not like you?
No, what you need to do is send Fraser around to his house. That'll sort things out.
No, it won't.
It will. The
What's up,
drug dealer will turn up and sort you out.
Hey, Holmes, I see PUBG's
Hey,
not on
homie.
your library.
Yes. So anyway, I looked at Shadow of War, and then I said, no, I'm just gonna buy Shadow of Mordor again.
You're joking.
Wow.
Now you have to take Shadow of War down.
No, I'm not.
You've even put it in your played list as well. You're such a liar.
Well, exactly. I wanted to fool y'all. Ha ha! Fooled you.
So are you not tempted by,
I never-
money aside, are you not tempted by Shadow of War?
Oh yeah, I am, but I'm gonna wait for it to get cheaper.
Yeah.
Because I never owned Shadow of Mordor. I played Harley Dan's version when we were sharing games.
Right.
And so I was looking around and they had it at Green Man Gaming for like $6. I'm like, well, I can afford $6.
No brainer, man.
Much smaller game. So I installed that again. God, it's so good. I feel like such a badass when I'm playing that game. I think that's what it does very, very well, is it just makes you feel really powerful. And you have all these different attacks and ways of dealing with swarms of enemies, but it's not too complicated. And so I've just been playing that a bunch. And it's awesome, and I can't wait to play Shadow of War. But I mean, I can wait, obviously. But yeah, and it just seems like games get cheap so quickly these days, on the PC anyway.
Yeah,
Especially
it's true.
single player
They do
games.
drop.
Single player. That's why the microtransactions are there, I suppose. They need-
Sure. Well, they're supposed to be all over Shadow of War, aren't they?
I've heard that they don't really matter too much. Like, you can play the game and not really interact with them. But I don't know. What do I know? I don't know anything about video games. They're stupid.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that's what I've been playing.
So that's it. So we were expecting you to tell us all about the new game that's just been released, and you didn't.
No, I did not.
You told us about fucking Rocket League goal celebrations that you might get when you get your platinum bollocks, and Shadow of Mordor, which you've played before.
I don't know what to tell you. It is what it is.
It is what it is, and how it is kind of up.
Jesus Christ Almighty. Well, it's a good job I've played some shit this week. I've been playing quite a lot of shit, he says.
Yeah, I played a lot of games. They're just the same games I've already played.
I know, yeah, exactly. So, yes, I thought, you know what? They've just released a new patch for Witcher 3.
Oh, seriously? You're going to get mad at me for talking about games I played in the
So they've released a new patch that gives it all bells and whistles, 4K bollocks and all that jive on the PS4 Pro. So I thought, seems a good enough time to fire it up again. Just see how it's looking.
You
You
sell
know.
your
See.
PS4?
Yeah, so I can't really, we went through the story last week. I had all that bollocks,
That's a
didn't I?
joke.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, so I thought I'll fire this up, see how things are, and yeah, it's kind of Witcher 3, I guess.
It's
You
like
know.
on The Simpsons when Homer went to the chiropractor. He's like, it feels a little better.
Yeah, it's hard to it's so hard to tell though because everyone's well, we're not everyone, I guess, but we're going on about PS4 Pro now and 4K gaming and how much better it's gonna be and all that kind of stuff, and it looks a little bit shinier, I guess, and the textures do look slightly better, but it's not a huge difference.
It's a bunch of marketing nonsense.
It
to get
isn't a
you to buy
huge
your
difference.
stuff all over again. People need to stop doing that.
But obviously these guys have been working on this for a long time, I'm guessing, to
What?
add all this stuff. But it looks all right. And I thought I just did one side mission, really. I thought I'll just do one of the side missions I had left to do in Blood and Wine and see how that goes. And the side mission in question was quite funny, really, because I went to this pub and then this guy wanted to pay me money because there was noises coming from the adjacent graveyard at night that was keeping him awake and stuff.
That sounds like Skyrim, where there's the Shroud Hollows, and you go, and it's the dude trying to scare everybody into thinking he's a ghost.
Wow.
Skyrim.
So anyway, off I go because I thought
So
I'll go and
anyway.
check this because it's nothing like Skyrim. So I thought I'll go and check this shit out. So I went over the road into the cemetery, did a little bit of investigating using Witcher senses and all that stuff, and went down into the crypt, and turns out that there's two ghosts in the crypt that were married when they were alive, and they're still arguing after they were dead. So what happens is, so basically there's these two ghosts, obviously a woman and a man who were married before, and she's having a go at him, like really like giving him some shit, and then he's giving a shit back, and then obviously you're hiding because obviously you're trying to see what's going on, so you come out, and then they're like, what are you doing here? Then they're both persuading you to take one or the other out of the crypt, so you have to get rid of their ashes. So that's kind of what you do. So you pick up their ashes and move it. So it was a very odd sort of quest, but then a lot of the quests in The Witcher are like that, I guess. A bit weird, a bit funny. And I got like 300 crowns or something for doing it. And that was that. So I thought I'd just give it a whirl. Anyway, it looks good. Always did look good. Still looks great. Still plays great. If you've never played it, give it a whirl. Chinny, there you go. Give it a whirl. Other than that, I thought I'll start Thimbleweed Park this week.
Yo, what?
Because
Thimbleweed Park is the Ron Gilbert thing. It's like Monkey Island, but it's in the modern day, so it's like genius because they did it back in the day. But now, when you do something that's old and you do it in 2017, it's genius.
But is it 4K? That's the question everyone's asking.
It definitely wouldn't make a whole lot of difference.
How dare you say that about 4K?
Really wouldn't. Really wouldn't. It's all right so far. I've only played a little bit of it. It's a bit different. They have done stuff different that you wouldn't have obviously got back in the day. They have multiple characters that you play as in this game, which obviously you never had in old-fashioned games.
Back in the day.
This is kind of like GTA 5 if it was a point-and-click adventure game. That's what this is right there. Because
How? Explain yourself.
Because you can switch from one character to another.
That's
on the
the
fly.
only comparison.
That's the core element in GTA 5. You
So
know what I
it's
love
about
about
close.
GTA 5?
So
Well,
can you, in Thimbleweed
Flying
Park,
planes, doing crime? No,
Yeah.
switching between.
You can shoot someone in the face. No,
can you
can't
can you
really.
jack a car?
You know.
Can you
drive
can
There is
you
a murder though. There's a murder.
can you have
Does
sex
that
with a
count?
prostitute and then murder her and get your money back?
No.
There's nothing
Definitely.
like GTA.
It sounds a lot like GTA 5 though, because you can switch.
It is a lot like GTA 5 because you can switch characters.
Oh, we
Did I
got
mention
it.
the character switching thing? But what's weird about switching characters? They don't carry on doing the thing while you're not with them. They're just wherever you left them.
What about carrying on doing the ting?
The thing goes grrrr.
Welcome, Mighty Ice Dude.
But it's so far, it's mildly amusing. The voice acting's a little bit stilted. Now, I don't know whether that's done on purpose or not, but it's not the best in the world, but it's passable. And there's a good mystery. There's a dead body, and you're part of 2 FBI agents that have turned up. Obviously, you can play as both of them, but they've both got their own agenda. So you're sort of trying to outdo the other one, but you're playing as both of them.
Their own
which is
agenda.
weird.
It wants to solve a crime. What does the other one want?
I don't know.
Biscuits.
There's some weird stuff going on because I don't think they're exactly who they're pretending
Incest.
to be. There's stuff going down, man.
Incest, Stu.
When down. When the stuff goes
going
down.
down.
When the goes down, you better be ready.
And I've also come across a freaky clown. So there's
Nice.
a freaky clown in this game.
Down in the sewers, offering you a red balloon.
There was actually. It was offering red balloons to everybody.
There you go.
But it's quite the interface is nice. It works quite well with a controller because I was obviously using it on the big TV with a controller, so that works quite nice. You've got a nice little notebook and it gives you a massive list of all the stuff you've got to do, and then obviously ticks them off as you complete all your little things that you've got to get done. And like you say, because you can play as 2 characters, you can split up and explore different parts of the town. But in some ways, I don't see the benefit of it. Because you've still got to physically move both of those characters to wherever you want them to be. So it would be just as easy to use one character and do the same thing. At the moment, I don't see the benefit of having 2 people.
The
to
cave
split.
did that, didn't it? The cave, you could swap
Yeah.
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 and stuff.
So it kind
And
of
a lot of people did say about the cave, it's exactly like GTA 5.
Yeah, they did. They did. It's true. It is
I
true.
remember when they did heists in the cave.
Yeah. So Thimbleweed Park, I'm enjoying it because obviously I love Monkey Island, so it is my kind of thing. It looks great, art style wise. I know it's all pixel art and stuff, but it looks great. Like I say, interface works really, really well. It's dead easy to do stuff. And like I say, at the moment, I haven't come across many puzzles because I'm not a whole way into it. I've probably played it for about an hour, so I haven't played a whole lot of it. But so far, so good. I'm enjoying it. I like, it's nice to go back to something a bit more old school, but I've got a feeling it's going to be put to one side come next week because South Park is hitting on Tuesday. So
Oh boy.
oh boy, so yeah, I've pre-ordered South Park, so that's on its way, and yeah, probably everything else will be left for a little bit while I'm playing that. So yeah, who knows? So yeah, Thimbleweed Park's pretty good. The only other thing I've played on console is the Danganronpa 3 demo. Dude.
Here comes number 3.
Yeah, so this is number 3. So this is by, I think it's Spike Chunsoft or something weird they're called. They're the same people who did the 999 games. So this is
Number 9.
9, the 999 games. So it's by the, as far as I know, it's by the same people. I'm sure Rob will correct me if I'm wrong, which I probably am, so who cares? And it's very Japanese and it's very weird. It's very, very weird.
Well, did you expect anything else?
Not really. It's kind of Battle Royale, but
It's like PUBG.
PUBG? No, nothing like PUBG. So basically, you basically, I think there's about 12. It's about 12 characters in it that are all drugged and then wake up in a school and they've all been locked in. So you're all locked in this school, so you can't get out. But the only way you can get out is by murdering another student and getting away with it.
Oh, wait a minute. How is that different from every day at school?
I know.
Do you not have that in your schools in the UK?
Not that I'm aware of.
Wow, y'all school is boring.
What
is.
what game are
Very
you talking about now?
Danganronpa 7.
Danganronpa. Danganronpa. Yeah, so all the characters have an ultimate talent. So they're all different. They all have this ultimate talent. There is, of course, because it's Japanese, an ultimate maid who goes around for some reason and cleans everybody's bedroom. So she does that. There's also an ultimate cosplayer. so there is an ultimate...
Yeah, she cosplays as a maid.
So, and she cosplays as a maid. There you go. So they've got like ultimate pianist, which is what you play as.
Ultimate penis.
Oh, God. There's like the ultimate detective. So they've all got this ultimate thing, and it is a very weird setup. So basically, what happens is you go and get to know everyone. That happens. Then somebody gets murdered. So someone gets murdered. And then it goes into a kind of a bit of a Phoenix Wright type of game. So then you have to examine the crime scene. you have to look for evidence, which are called truth bullets in this game. Truth bullets.
Bullets?
Truth.
That sounds exciting.
Truth bullets. So you gather the evidence, then you have to go and obviously interview other students to find out what they were doing at the time of the murder and go and collect more evidence and all that kind of stuff. Once all that shit's done, there's this weird psycho-looking bear who then organizes a class trial. So then he goes.
There's a bear that organizes a trial.
Yeah. He's the one who's locked you there. So he's the crazy bear with the zigzaggy eyes and shit.
I just shot a thing. Yeah, like I made a gun with Lego, and then it shot, and now I've lost it.
Oh no!
Oh no!
What do you like?
Way to go!
So anyway, so all that shit goes down. The dialogue is very near to the knuckle. They're talking about jacking off and all sorts of crazy shit. So
that would be near the knuckle. I mean, because you use your hand.
Well, yes, it would.
By the way, the bear's name is Monokuma. You got to call him by his real name.
That's right, Monokuma. Monokuma.
Why? Hold on, Stu. Pause there. Why?
What?
Every time you hear a Japanese name of a game or a
Yeah.
word, you have to kind of
voice.
like do this like Monokuma. Like, why do you have to do that?
I don't know.
Because one time a dude said Ridge Racer funny.
Ridge Racer.
You imagine, it's like Eddie Murphy talking about Chinese people in an American restaurant. He's like, I'd like 3 cheeseburgers.
Yeah.
And by the way, since Antonio loves this sound clip so much, here's 7 times.
The thing goes.
It was given to me by Mighty Ice Dude. What can I say? I have to play it.
I need that. Anyway, so
Do you know what that is, Stu? Do you have any
I have
idea?
no clue. I have no clue.
Okay.
I have no clue.
Good.
So anyway, so all that shit goes down.
Staying relevant, Stu. Staying relevant.
Try.
Yeah.
So you
We got
gather all
for the kids.
you gather all the evidence you need, and then
Are you
go,
still talking about Danganronpa?
I'm trying to.
Okay.
Then you go to a class trial, right? Then it goes very Phoenix, right? But they have this like non-stop debate. Okay, so you have a time limit, and the timer's counting down, and you have to listen to what all the shit everybody says, and then you've got to find contradictions with the truth bullets that you've collected.
That's Phoenix, right?
Yeah. So basically,
It sounds like GTA 5, I think.
Yeah. So he keeps on repeating until you do the truth bullet. So basically, any dialogue in gold is what you can shoot. So you have to shoot with your truth bullet at the dialogue.
What? That sounds ridiculous.
once you've shot the statement down, then obviously it goes into another bit of a cutscene to explore, explain what's gone on and what that difference that makes. And
I recognize that different games appeal to different people. This game does not look appealing to me at all.
Weirdly, I think I would probably enjoy this after playing the demo. I must admit, I haven't played the original Danganronpa, but I do believe they're pretty good. They're like Vita games.
Danganronpa!
See, why are you doing the weird voice now?
Because I'm trying to point out how obnoxious it is and weird.
But it's funny when Duke does it.
Oh yeah, Danganronpa. Anyway, I quite liked it. I've got to say, I pretty much liked it. It is a very weird game, but it's kind of fun.
What platform is this Danganronpa?
I think this is on everything. I think it's on PS4, PC. Not sure about 360 or not 360, but Xbox One. That's back in time, isn't it? Xbox One, but it probably is. I think it's on pretty much everything.
It probably is not 360.
Yeah, who knows? Yeah, it's probably not on the 360, I guess.
Okay.
But it's good. I liked it. I think I will probably play some of this series.
So is it mainly like the court stuff you're doing, like the?
Yeah, you do the court stuff. You have to obviously figure out who the killer was. If the killer gets found out, then they get punished, which means that they're killed. But if you don't find out or you get it wrong, they escape and everybody else gets punished, which means everyone else gets killed.
And then what happens?
How you escape the school.
And then what happens?
I don't know. I'm guessing in the main game that you have to try and kill somebody as well. Maybe you have to try and kill people.
Oh, cool. That is like GTA 5.
It is just like GTA 5. There's killing. There's multiple characters, just like GTA 5.
Maids in a school for some reason.
Exactly. Every game I've played today and this week
is exactly like GTA
5. It is exactly.
It's true.
Then the only other 2 things I played this week on mobile games. I played a couple of mobile games.
So you don't need to talk about those.
Yeah, yes, I do. Yes, I do.
They're not
Don't you
real
hear our
games.
intro song? True story time and Chinny Games Breaker and a mobile game review.
Mobile game review. Which are OO, which is the most balls hard.
I thought you were going to say boring then.
No, balls
Wait,
hard.
is that the one that I played on Steam where you have
Yeah.
the circle going around?
Yep.
Oh, that's a good game.
It's a good game, but Jesus Christ, that game gets hard very quickly.
Yes, it does.
Yes, it does. Because it almost like lulls you into a false sense of security at the beginning because it's like, oh, this is all right. This is fairly easy.
Yeah.
Then he puts disappearing spikes in and spikes that appear and disappear on the outside and the inside of the rings. And oh my God.
Can't just relax, man.
No. I gave it Millie because obviously, you know, Millie likes these kinds of balls hard, stupid games on mobile. I'm like,
In
yeah,
fact, that's on her Facebook profile. I like balls hard games.
She does. And I'm like, here, have a go with this.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh my God. And then she played it for probably about 30 minutes straight and did a lot of levels.
A lower levels.
Even she was going, and you know how good she is at these kind of Twitch.
We know how
sorts
good
of
she is,
games.
too.
We know how good she is. And even she was getting to the point where she was like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
You know, have you played the one that wobbles? Have you played that one that looks like
Oh, yeah.
jelly?
Yeah, that's insane. I think I
Jeez.
finished that and then said I need to take a break from this game.
You do, but it is a great game. I picked this up for free on Android. It was one of the, you know, where they give a game away for free once a week or something, and it was free. And I was like, so if you do see this, it is well worth picking up. It's called OO.
Once you get into the rhythm of it, it's a lot easier. Like, it's hard at first when you don't understand how it works, but once you get in, you know, it's in some ways it's a rhythm game. Like, it's you got to just boom, 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 and then dun, 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 and then dun, dun.
Biddy biddy bow. Pa-cha-pa-pa.
Yeah. I'll tell you what it's very much like, Ginny. You know that rotor ring we played at
No.
EGX, you know, with the LED lights. It's
I
kind
didn't
of like
play it. I
oh,
didn't
you know,
play it.
That's because you didn't play the good games.
No, it's because I
Um,
didn't play the shit games, Stu.
That's true.
If
but it's
it
all,
were a shit game, would they give it away for free on Android? I don't think so.
but this is good. This is very, very good. So yeah, it's a lot like that. It's that kind of Twitch response. You got to be quick. Sometimes you don't have time to wait because stuff changes very quickly in this
Who's
game.
got
so-
time to wait?
Who's got time to wait, man? So yeah, I would definitely recommend it. Give it a go. If you see it for free or very cheap, it's well worth it. It's called
Yeah.
Oh, we've got the wibble wobble on now. Oh, wibbly wobbly. And then the only other game I played this week is the follow-up to the very addictive, everybody was playing at one point game, Balls. We all remember Balls.
I don't remember balls. What's balls?
Balls.
What's the follow-up called?
Color Balls.
Oh,
So they have released a new game called Color Balls on iOS and Android. I'm not completely convinced at the moment. I'm not totally convinced. It's a totally different game.
totally different game. Okay.
Totally different game. You have a huge funnel with a load of balls in. And it's basically a bit like Arkanoid. So you have a paddle that you can move left and right at the bottom. And you've just got to keep bouncing the balls back into the chute that fires them back up to the top. But you've got to, obviously, you lose when you lose all your balls at the bottom when they all sort of, when you don't have any left.
Okay.
But I don't know. I'm not 100% convinced this is as big a game as the original Balls, because I mean, at one point everybody played Balls, didn't they? You know what I mean?
You go down the street and people were playing with balls.
They were. Everyone were playing with the
Someone
balls.
was pl-
That's just a Friday evening in Wolverhampton.
Most people were playing with their own balls. Sometimes you look at your friend and look at their balls and play with their
Yeah.
balls.
Yeah. So you're taking in turns playing with each other's balls.
Yeah.
It's like you're
it was-
trying to
just
steal
happened.
your dick.
But yeah, I'll give it.
What are
I'll
you
give a
talking
shout
about,
out.
Duke?
I'll
You
give
know,
a
the
shout
dick
out.
sealant. You've seen that, right?
Seen what?
The dick sealant.
What dick sealant? What?
Don't confuse him, Duke.
What the hell are you talking about?
You haven't heard this?
No.
All right, well, listen up.
Oh God.
If you're like me, you find it very hard to keep your dick dry. I left my dick unprotected and it was warped out of shape in no time. I could barely recognize my own dick. Imagine that. Then I discovered Schaefer's New Zealand style dick sealant. The best way to take care of your dick in 3 easy steps. First, wash your dick with soap and water. Then, your dick to dry. Once your dick is clean and dry, paint your dick with Schaefer's dick sealant.
And so on.
Is that actually meant to be funny, or is that just happened
It's
to be
meant
like
to
that?
be funny.
Yeah, that's all right. That's all right to me. It was actually. It's not just done by accident.
No, it's not.
Anyway, so
Anyway, back to balls.
yeah, Gulliball. It's all right. I've played a few rounds of it, but I'm not. I don't know. There's just something about
not
it.
the
It's
same.
not quite.
It's just not.
It's not the same. It's
Well,
not the same.
you don't get the same kind of satisfaction. The whole idea of balls that made it so great is when you had 75 balls bouncing around up on the top of the screen. That was so great.
Yeah.
What is the glory here? I bounced it correctly.
About and then I don't know. It's all random angles and stuff. It doesn't feel.
Random
It feels a bit
angles.
cheap as well. It feels a bit cheap.
You're a bit cheap.
It feels a bit cheap. But it's all right. It's all right. I don't know whether I'd be as addicted to this though. It just feels a bit.
Yeah, I can't.
Don't know. Give it a go, Duke. You love the balls, so Duke loves the balls. Give it a go. See if you love these balls as much as the balls that you loved before.
What I really love is dick.
Yeah.
You love dick and balls.
Cock.
Cock. So yeah, see
Are
what
we
you think.
done talking about this game? We're
I
ready
think
to
we're done talking about cock and balls. There you go. But at one point, by the way, if you hit a certain thing, your balls get bigger.
Oh, we've all been there.
You get swollen balls.
How old are you again, Stu?
Young enough to be stupid. There you go. So anyway, anyway, Chidi, what have you been playing?
What's the latest on Cuphead?
So I've been playing some more Cuphead. I've been doing that.
And so how's that going? Are you addicted to Cuphead?
Am I addicted to Cuphead? No, is the answer. But I do want to play. I am really enjoying it still. I just haven't played as much. Because I think it's quite a long-ish game. It's not something I'm going to complete quickly, and I wanted to focus.
Let me ask you a question though. If you could run through these levels without getting killed like multiple millions of times.
Oh yeah, it's not a long game then, but
It wouldn't be that long, would it? I don't suppose.
That's not the game though, is it? That's not the game.
No.
So yeah, no, Cuphead's good. I'm still playing it, still loving it. But towards the end of the week, I haven't played it much. But I've done a few more bosses, and I did one, and it was like the cuckoo bird thing, and it was crazy. And I'm
Antonio play against the dude on the boat.
Don't think
And he
I've done
called the shark and the octopus.
Don't think I've done that one yet. But now, I've got to the infamous dragon. There's a dragon boss, and I've not done it yet.
So can I ask you a serious question now about this game? Serious question.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does it have balls?
Does it have balls? No. Have you found yourself at any point getting to the point where you're like, because you've got died so many times already?
No, like I honestly think that the great thing about Cuphead is that it gives you enough to feel like it's achievable. Like it never gives you the boss always does roughly the same thing. It might change a few things up, but it sets a bunch of rules at you. So, for example, the boss, what we're seeing on the screen now, is a genie, and at the start of the fight, he would do something like one of 2 or 3 things. Like he would either throw a bunch of junk at you, or do something else, and like you have to be ready for that. But every time you die, you feel like it's you doing it. You know what I mean? It's like there's no other reason for it. The boss didn't do anything different. It's just you fucking it up.
Yeah, but does that make it any less frustrating though? If you
No,
say, for
no, I think
you get to a point where you literally just did it. You know, where you're only like half a centimeter off the end of the level. You know, because obviously you get that little guide showing how near you go. Would you not be just like, oh, for God's sake?
No, like
so
what I
close
did.
that time.
I'll give you an example of something that happened that was quite frustrating. There's a boss. No, there's a run and gun level. So the run and gun levels are there's not many of them, but basically it's like a normal platforming level, and it's like all candy and stuff and sweets and whatnot, and like you have to jump from the ceiling to the floor. So like when you jump on these cards, you can go upside down. I'll try and get the level up so it's a little bit more easier to explain. But Yeah, and what happened there is I got to the very, very end, and like all I had to do was jump in this like mouth, like a cave, and it was like a mouth.
Right.
But instead, I just walked to it and I fell and died.
No.
And it took me not that long, but it took me another 10 minutes to do that, to get back to it. So it's on the screen now. There is a person in the top left corner, but you'll see. Sure enough, actually, he's just done something that I've never even seen, where she's duck underneath the duck. But yeah, he's on there, and you have to jump on a card, and when you jump on the card, you are now walking on the ceiling, and when you walk on the ceiling, you have to go back to the floor because there might be things that go onto the ceiling. It's very complicated, but basically, it's there's you can walk on the ceiling or the floor, and there's enemies on both sides.
It's like that Limbo level.
Yes, it is exactly like that, yeah. And I think there's a Mario level that does the same thing. So,
I mean, I will give them props. They've obviously put a lot of thought and effort into.
Oh yeah,
levels,
it's a game made with a lot of love. And I'm looking at this guy playing this now, and he's using things that I haven't used. So he's got a gun, like this green sort of snot homing missile thing that I haven't got.
Yeah, Antonio is using that.
Which is useful when you're not. Like you don't have to aim at stuff. I did know about that gun, but I've just never seen it before. And the other thing that's really useful that I do use is like a dash. But the dash, you can get like this upgrade for it, and it's like it makes you, it turns you into a puff of smoke, so you're invulnerable for the dash until you come back out of it. So yeah, it's pretty cool. But no, the game's great. I still love it. I still think it's brilliant. I just haven't given it enough time this week because I've been playing something else.
So you paid your half. So you paid your half for the game you didn't even.
Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah. No, I feel like it's not a game that I was looking to buy, but now that I've got it and it's only £7 or whatever.
If you hadn't got it, you'd have felt like a total Cuphead.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you would.
It would have been mug manning me off, man. I played a little bit of PUBG for life. Because PUBG is life, and I'm just gonna skip forward here because me and Fraser got a chicken dinner today.
Well done.
We was up shit creek without a paddle. We was basically, I had a Tommy gun, which is like usually Tommy guns drop in loot crates. But since the last time I played, but now they're sort of out of loot crates and they are in like just the normal world. So I was using a Tommy gun and an AK, and it was kind of like Fraser described it as a safari where we was in the car and there was a bike in front of us and we just shot the shit out of them until they died, which was good fun. But yeah, there were 7 people left. All I had was this Tommy gun. We were surrounded from all sides, and we managed to get it. And it's it's pretty exciting. I've never got a solo chicken dinner because I don't really play that many solo games. But yeah, I'm just trying to skip ahead to where the actual.
But I'm guessing this was kind of cool because it was just the 2 of you as well, rather than a party of 4 or whatever. It was just 2 of you.
It's just it is good. It is a good feeling to get to get a chicken dinner. It is what the whole game's about. It's about getting the chicken dinner. It's about getting it and like not having something else. There's no other reward other than just knowing that you've done it. And
would you like to see that? Like, would you want some sort of special hat if you've had a chicken dinner?
No, because like everybody gets a chicken. I feel like most people will get a chicken dinner.
Oh, thanks a lot.
Like, yeah, but you don't play it enough. You know what I mean? I haven't had a solo one. Maybe it would be cool if you got like a piece of like a jumper that you don't get. You know what I mean? Like you only get that jumper. Yeah, but that would be cool, I guess. But I'm not that bothered. Just knowing that we got a chicken dinner, and as soon as you get a chicken dinner, you take a picture, you put it in the group chat, and you're like, "Got a chicken dinner," and that's what you do. So I haven't got that many compared to the guys. but it's still good. I have put PUBG down a little bit. Like, it's been about 3-4 weeks since I've played it properly since this week. In fact, the last time I played it, I came second in a solo match, and I think that just devastated me. And I just haven't. And I just don't think it's as fun solo. I don't think PUBG is just. It's very stressful. Me and Fraser was talking about it. Really, really stressful. And yeah, it wasn't as much fun. Baron von Glower in the chat said Weasel mode. So what we do when the way we won it was we did Weasel mode, which is basically just pussy out and hide for most of it.
Yeah.
But you know what? History's written by the winners. So
Yeah,
fuck you,
like,
bitch.
True.
Pick dinner, suck it.
Yeah.
And to be fair, I mean, there's any number of ways you can do it, isn't there?
I did
really?
get 3 kills. It's not like I didn't kill anyone, but you know, we did sort of hide a little bit. But mainly because I didn't have a ranged weapon. I had a Tommy gun, so it was I was pretty fucked really. But yeah, didn't expect to get a chicken dinner today. It was literally the first game of the day, and yeah, got one. So the other game that I've been playing, which you'd be pleased to know, Stuart, is Owlboy.
Oh yeah.
So you've been looking forward for me to play this for a while.
Yeah, well, I'll be interested to see what you think, really.
Here's
Go.
his verdict.
Go.
Mixed.
Ooh. Okay.
Mixed
I don't have a sound
opinion.
clip for that.
Chris in the chat said.
It's what it is, and how it is kind of up.
Chris in the chat said if only I had an Uzi. There's a bit of an in-joke with me and the Uzi in PUBG. I
Yeah.
once shot a man coming out of a house with an Uzi, and every shot I took of him was around him and not at him. And now everybody laughs at me and goes, "Do you want the Uzi, Chin? Chin, there's an Uzi here. Do you want this Uzi?"
I don't think I have that sound clip anymore. Damn.
Yeah. So we'll. I'm sure it's. I think it's on Twitch highlights or something. I'm sure we could find it. But anyway, Owlboy, I'm mixed on it. I won't deny. So for people that don't know, Owlboy is a game that was in development for a very long time. It's kind of like 16-bit style, but with modern day some like mechanics in it and stuff. And you're a boy who's like half boy, half owl or some shit.
Just like GTA 5.
Yeah, just like GTA 5.
Like GTA 5.
What I was surprised that like everybody fucking hates you. Like even this guy talks to you now, like it's like your mentor. He's like, "You're a fucking dick. I hate you. You can't do shit."
People are horrible to you.
Yeah, everybody's horrible to you. So I carried on playing it, and I have to say I wasn't loving it at the start. It was taking its sweet ass time getting going. There was a lot of like, this is this, and we'll go over there and do this and go to this, and I was like, man, if the whole game is me wandering around this level, then you can fuck that right off. But I persevered, and the game is a lot more linear than I thought it was going to be, which pleased me because I wasn't really in a mood for an open world game.
Oh no, it's very much like almost like Zelda type dungeons, really.
Well, I would disagree because once you go out to the open world, I mean, it is in a way. I know what you're saying, but like when you go, if you just said this is kind of like a Zelda game to me, like there's always an area in Zelda where you're just wandering around, and you could say the place on the screen right now is the area that you wander around, but there's only one thing to do and one way to go, and I was happy about that. I didn't really want a game where I wandered around. I found it quite hard to navigate around this because you're an Owlboy, so you can fly everywhere. I found it hard to sort of get my bearings or find something that I once tried to, that I saw before. But once I realised that the game was pretty linear, I was like, okay, this isn't too bad. I think that the game has it's got a lot of good points to it. I really like the music. I think the music's great. I think it looks great. You can tell this guy is it a guy or is it like a bunch of people? Stu, do you know?
I can't remember, to be honest.
I know it was in development for a long time.
I know it was in development for a long.
You can tell that it's been made with a lot of care and attention, and I appreciate that. I really do, and I'm not going to say it's a bad game at all, but I just there's something about it that doesn't. I'm not really into its kind of like the lore of it, you know, like the elves and stuff. I just kind of, because it's a little bit too fantasy for me. Do you know what I mean? It's a little bit like, oh, the elves of the wise have made these fucking robots or something. And I'm like, okay, whatever.
Just want to hear the music. Sounds like a 16-bit soundtrack.
Well, I would argue that it doesn't really, because it's all, you know, it's all proper.
Yeah, it's much more multi-layered than that.
Yeah, it's real instruments and whatnot. But some of the a lot of the sound effects.
Basically, it's kind of just let you know, it's 4 people who made this game.
A lot of the sound effects are sort of 16-bit inspired. And once the game got going, like the combat system is something that I didn't really like at the start. So the combat system is you as an L, when you fly around, you can't really do anything apart from like a bit of a spin. But you pick up your friend, Geddy, I think or Gedda, his name is.
That's right, yeah.
And he's got like a little gun, and it turns into basically a twin-stick shooter. That's what it is. And then you meet another person, and he's got like a bit of a shotgun flamethrower thing going on. So you know, that's the combat, is you swap the people that you're carrying, which is interesting. But I didn't really like the shooting mechanics. Like I didn't like feel very good. But not all of it. It's not all shooting. There's a lot of shooting, but it's not all shooting. It's puzzles and stuff. So I do like it. I think it's good. But I don't think I don't think I'm gushing about it as you are, Stu.
No, I think you need to give it a bit more time, though. It does get.
I've got 7 hours in.
Well, that's pretty impressive. That's a long way into it.
I'm
so, yeah,
very
you have played
far
a lot
in.
of it.
So I'm at the point where you get the third person that you carry.
You're about halfway through.
No, I think I'm almost at the end.
Well, we'll talk after the show, but I don't think you probably are. It's a fairly hefty game.
When you get more into it, I'm almost done. Well, you know,
I don't know whether you're almost done. It is a longer game.
I got to the point where you know the third person that you carry.
Yeah.
That dude. I've done that bit. I'm at like a snowy level now. So
I don't see. I agree, Steve.
You see?
Fuck you. Let me look. I'll just have a look how long I played. I played it to finish it. It took me 21 hours.
Fuck off.
I'm telling you now, yeah, 21 hours, man.
On how long to beat? It says 8 hours.
I took 21, man. I played a lot of it. Maybe I was on pause for a while. I don't know, but I played it. I found it tough though in places, so maybe it just took me twice as long.
There's a bit where I had to fucking kill like this big snake dragon thing. You remember that, Stu?
Oh, I remember all the bosses.
Fuck that. Yeah, and it's a good you brought that up actually, because it is getting to the point where it's getting a little bit frustrating. There's a bit where you're in a cave.
Have you come across the monkey boss yet?
Yes.
Fuck me, that took me so many times.
That's
to do
weird
that
because I found that really, really easy.
Did you? You probably would, but fuck me, I hated the monkey boss.
Yeah, and it does harken back to Cuphead a little bit. Like you do, I feel like the thing that pissed me off the most wasn't a boss. It was this fucking I can see if I can find it. It was this fucking bit in this like fiery cave where you had to like I don't know, what was it called, like fire switch or some shit.
I think it's called Fire Switch or some shit.
Yeah, Fire Switch or some shit. That's what it's called.
Face. There's like a face switch. There's like a switch with 2 eyes.
I vaguely remember that.
And you have to.
Well, there's more than one of them, isn't there? There's quite a few of them that you have to activate.
Yeah.
If I remember rightly.
I don't know if I can find it. It's a bit vague. Maybe I'll Google it. But yeah, like there's this fucking like switch, and you have to shoot it loads, and then you have to like keep these 2 fire torches like lit, and they go out after a while, and it's really fucking annoying. I just hated it, and I just feel like it's just getting difficult for difficult's sake.
Yeah, there were some points in the game where it just where you'd been going along and it wasn't too bad, and then all of a sudden the difficulty spike would be huge. You know, it would suddenly just throw this real big curveball at you, which I've always found a little bit jarring.
Yeah, I can't find that bit that I'm.
But
talking about.
I just love the story. I thought the story was great and how it was all put together, and stuff that goes down.
So I can take or leave the story. Like, this is what I know about the story, right?
There's a boy who's an owl.
Yeah, he's a fucking owl, and everybody hates him, and his mate's a dick, and then he's like, oh.
But he believes in himself, and he keeps on flying up.
No, then they say, oh, go at the watchtower because there's pirates. And you gotta watch out for the pirates. So then you don't do that, and then you do something else. I can't remember what. And then everybody's pissed at you because the pirates came.
Yeah, it's your fault.
And get at your mates all like, oh fuck. So then you try and kill the pirates, and then the pirates fuck you up because they're class. And then there's a relic, and there's another relic, and then there's a third relic. And you've got to get the third relic.
You've got to stop the pirates getting the relics.
You got to stop the pirates. And then there's this weird spider dude who's a prick, but now you can pick him up. That's the game. And I just don't find the story that interesting. I find some of the dialogue pretty funny. And I don't usually like the dialogue in these types of games. You know, it's like, hey, pick me up, you big twat, or whatever it is.
Yeah, it's very well written. It is a really well written.
Yeah, as you know, I don't like reading things in video games.
You don't like reading,
and I do find myself reading the dialogue in this. I feel like it's better than usual. Like it's not. I liked it when they was being really mean to him. That's what caught my attention. It's like, oh, everybody hates him. I like that.
And they're mean to him throughout pretty much all the game.
Yeah, like, oh, you're an idiot.
It doesn't get much better as it goes along.
I don't blame you though, because at one point they said, oh, just stay still, just stay in here. And obviously, because it's a video game, you're not going to stay there. So you don't do what everybody tells you to do because you're a prick.
Suck it, everybody else.
And then shit goes down as a result. That's the problem, isn't it?
Yeah.
Bad shit happens.
I feel like if you just stayed put. It's okay. No, I think Hellboy is fine. I'm not. I don't get really excited when I want to play it. Do you know what I mean? I really want to play Cuphead. I really want to play PUBG. I don't go, oh, I really want to play Hellboy. I feel like I'm getting through it.
Once you've finished it, once you've finished the game and got to the end.
Probably more frustrated if the difficulty keeps going up.
Look, you know me, I'm not good at difficult games, and I got through it.
Well, I thought that when I was doing some of these bosses, I was like, how the fuck did Stu do this?
I know, and I did it. Yeah, no, I did it all.
As long as everyone else.
yeah, that's probably
21 hours, man.
Yeah, true. Yeah, but on How Long to Beat, which is a bad sign when I go on howlongtobeat.com, it says average playthrough is 8 hours, a rushed playthrough is 6, and a speed playthrough is a slow leisurely playthrough is 12. So I don't know what the fuck you were doing, Stu.
Oh no, unless I just left it on pause for ages at some point, I don't know.
Maybe.
I love it says Skyrim 200 hours for completion.
I wasn't great, but I wasn't that bad. I got through stuff pretty. I got through most of the bosses. There was only a few bosses I got really stuck on.
I don't know what to tell you, Stu.
You really suck.
Yeah, and the ending's difficult. The ending's difficult.
Now you made me not want to play it.
It doesn't go on too long. I did nearly give up at one point at the end, I must admit.
Yeah.
But
I didn't see the monkey boss. I didn't find that hard because you can shoot the monkeys and they just burn in the lava. So I didn't really...
Yeah, they did do that, but I don't know, for whatever reason, because it was a little bit random though, so it was a bit randomized every time.
It's weird that you said that one because I blitzed that one.
I fucking hated that monkey boss.
There was a boss that I didn't like, but yeah, when you compare it to Cuphead, Stu, this ain't shit.
This is easy.
This ain't shit. But the gameplay is more like your fucking character responds quicker than he does Hellboy. So I don't know. Hellboy's okay. I don't think it's going to be up there with my favorite games that I've played this year.
Okay.
But it's okay, and I can see why you recommended me this because I like the 16-bit era. But it's a bit too fanciful to me. Like I don't like fantasy stuff, and you can't get more.
You'd rather have I don't know, Mario.
I'd rather if Hellboy was set in fucking New York and he rips somebody's head off.
and shits down their neck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be fine.
That's the kind
Hey,
of set.
you're
I
bad at flying. My head.
I like gritty settings. I don't like because this is you can't get any more fantastical than this. Like you're in the fucking clouds. There's floating islands. There's fucking elves everywhere. It's just this la-di-da whimsical, and people love this, and I get that. People
I like
love this stuff.
I love the shop. I think the shop's ace. You know, when you go to trade your stuff in. I think
I
that's
have
great.
never ever used the shop.
What the fuck? Because you get loads of weapon upgrades and stuff. And
I don't
health
know what you're
upgrades and all
talking
that
about.
stuff.
See,
Holy
that's why you're not spending 20 hours on the
How
game
could you
racing past
7 hours and never
upgrades
been to the shop?
Because it never told me to go to the shop.
It
I don't
does tell
know.
you to go. When
You
you
can
go up
double
in,
jump in Rocket League?
if you in the second world, you know, just above the bridge, you know where you come out of the first world you're in.
I wasn't paying
There's-
attention to that.
There's a bloody sign that points to the shop.
So I was like, let's
there's a
get this
woman in
game
it.
done.
And you go in the shop, and you can exchange all the shit you've got.
Yeah, but how do I get back there? Because like now I'm in like the middle of the fucking winter or some shit.
Oh yeah, you're quite a long way. I've got to say that makes it even more impressive that how far you've got without upgrading anything.
Because I'm badass.
You must be badass because frick me, like I had loads of health bars.
Do
by
I
the
go
time
back
got
to the
end.
thing? Can I go back to the shop?
I can't remember. There is a way to get back there once and when you get out of a dungeon, you can go back there.
Right.
I'm sure you can. But there is a shop where you can upgrade all your shit.
Where is it? Above that wooden bridge thing?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm sure it's in that second world you come to, so it's in the very second world.
Okay.
And there's a shop, and you go to see and it's this woman, and she's very funny. That's why I mentioned it, because she's really funny in the stuff she says to you
Well, like,
when you go to
buy
swap your
shit.
Yeah, but you swap your coins for whatever she's got available.
I saw that I was collecting a lot of coins, and I was
Yeah.
like, I don't know what they're for, but I probably missed it because I wasn't paying attention.
You must have missed it then, because you could get you could probably go and upgrade pretty much everything.
I think I've
now.
got like 1,000 coins.
Yeah. You'll be pretty much. You'll just just YouTube where it is and see if there's any way to get back to it. Well, yeah. But I went there multiple times, so you do definitely get to it more than once. You can definitely go to it more than once.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll try that. Well, I've got I've done the third. You know the bit that I'm at where you did the whole lava thing, and then you kill the boss with the big snake dragon.
Yeah.
And then you're stuck in the thing, and then Spider Boy gets you out, and then you go to his house, and his mum and dad are there or some shit like that. That's where I'm at.
I've been to Spider Boy's house. That was kind of funny, actually.
That's where I'm at. Yeah, that's where.
Yeah,
I'm at.
I think you've still got a bit to go. To be fair, I think you've still got a little bit to go.
I don't hate it. I don't think it's like the but I think it's good. No, I know I sound a little bit like negative, but no, I do think it's good. I think it is a good game. It's just like I have to get. There's a lot of barriers for me, which is the fantasy, la-di-da, blah blah blah, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And like talking owls just bothers me. I didn't like it in Zelda, and I don't like it here. But no, I'll persevere. I'm definitely gonna keep playing it. And
Well, you very rarely don't finish games, and the fact that you don't hate it.
I will finish this. I will finish it. Yeah. It's.
Yeah, I've not got. I'll be honest. I haven't got high hopes for Kentucky Route Zero, really.
Yeah. No.
We'll see how that one goes.
I was just gonna say you could swap it, but I don't
No,
know.
no. I'm sticking,
Oh
man.
God. All right. I think after that, I'm gonna play Evil Within, because the Evil Within 2's out, isn't it?
It is. It is, yeah.
And it's Halloween, so I thought, hey,
Horror
why
game.
don't I play like a scary game like Evil Within?
Maybe you should. Amanda, you was a bit too early, I guess. But I was going to say maybe you should have done that for your extra life this year. Just play some horror games.
No. Well, about Extra Life, can I bring that up? Actually,
Of course you can. Of course you
I'm
can.
going to do it on the 11th of November.
Okay, I don't know what the actual date is. Is that
The
the
4th of November.
The week after, then.
So I'm going to. So for people listening, if you want to support me on Extra Life, I'm going to be doing it on the 11th, which is good because that means I can turn up for other people's and support them. So I quite like it, but it's also now like we've got something on and it just can't really do it for the 4th. But I'm going to do it on the 11th, and this is the other big news. Okay, I'm going to tell people what
big news.
I'm going to tell people what's up for grabs. the prize.
Okay. All right.
Drum roll.
Do
Yeah,
it.
you want drum roll? Do
But
it.
look, hold on, hold on.
Just a minute, just a minute. Whoa,
Wait,
whoa,
wait,
just
wait.
wow.
But I'm not gonna give it away, right? I'm gonna auction it.
Auction it. I see what you're doing there.
And every penny, this isn't like some mad sort of like Donald Trump bullshit. Like every penny will go to the
your
cause,
bank
to the
account.
to the charity.
Minus some shipping and handling fees.
Yeah,
Obviously,
yeah,
there's
yeah.
there's
Minus
admin
costs.
fees. You
I got a
know,
wet beak.
yeah, you know. I'm not no. So every penny that goes to it, and it might just be a tenner. I have no idea. No, it's not. Oh, Xbox One X Step J. It is a SNES Mini Classic thing.
Yay!
Oh, do you hate it already?
You bought 2.
I bought 3.
You bought 3. Damn.
3.
But
Three
I've
of them.
already sold one to a friend, and just so you
I
know,
sold one on drop.
no, just so you know, I sold it to him for the shop price. I didn't like
Oh my
scalp it or anything.
Call
You
yourself
scalped him, really.
No,
Call yourself a businessman.
No.
What are you on?
I'm also a human being. No, I sold it. It's $69.99 they sell for, so I sold it for that. But yes, that's what you can auction. Like I'm going to auction it off. I think Tara wants to like organize it. She's going to set up like an auction Facebook page for it or some shit. And then like we'll keep the auction runs for the duration of the stream. I think this is how it's going to go down. So we'll
Okay.
have the auction, how much it's going for, on the screen, yeah? And then when the stream ends, when the 24 hours end, whoever did the last bid can then they have a SNES Mini.
What you want to do is get some of those midlife gamer boys bidding, because they bid like hundreds of pounds
Yeah.
for a belt buckle.
They bid a bit
You
crazy.
know what I mean?
I might ask Adam for a bit of support, see if he can spread the love.
Yeah.
But
I'm sure he will. I'm sure he will.
But yeah, so that's going to happen on the 11th. But if you want to support, it's not all about me. So there's other people doing Extra Life. So a lot of the VG hubbers are doing it on the 4th. So if you don't give a shit about, you can also donate to me as well. Like you don't have to do the auction. You can just donate to me if you want. But if you want to donate to someone else because you don't like me secretly, that's fine. You can donate to Greg or Bongo or whatever. Just go to VG Hub. VG Hub Extra Life, just Google that. And
Yeah,
it'll take you to it.
I tend to give mine to somebody else, because not everybody gets as supported as the bigger characters in the community, I have to say.
No, Greg and Gary.
Yeah, exactly.
But
And
no, it's
you,
good.
to be fair, I mean, you do all right every year.
I know every year I think, oh, no one's going to donate to me, but yeah, no, people do, and it's really cool that they do it. So I'm really grateful. But no, yeah, like I said, if you don't want to donate to a SNES Mini, if you don't want one, then yeah, you can just donate normally. So VG Hub Extra Life, just Google that. It'll take you to the page. I don't know what I'm going to be playing though, but I'm going to say some words now, and let's see what you think. Mario Odyssey.
That is.
I'm not a big Mario fan, so that wouldn't do it for me.
Okay. I don't know what to play. And like,
Is that it? Is that the only game?
Yeah, at the moment. My brother might join me, so I might play some co-op Mario games with him. Yeah, so that's that. That's Extra Life. So if you want to be there for that, cool. And I think we might have to do a Saturday show when I do it. I'm not sure because
Yeah, we've done that before. That's
I won't
alright.
be alive for the Sunday night show. Yep, that's me done.
There you go. Well, in that case, I reckon it's time for news.
Oh, it is time for the news, people. Here we go.
Putting news first.
Okay, Stu, I need to crack on with this Lego thing.
Okay, am
So
I
I'm gonna
newsing this week?
I think you're going to news this week.
News it
Okay,
up.
That's all right. I can do the news. Yeah. First story, I've got to say, shit is kicking off. Shit is kicking off. People are getting the knickers in a right twist about loot boxes, man. They are getting like a lot of time on obviously the news sites, on people, the community. People are saying loot boxes are getting out of control. What do you think?
They never bother me ever because I don't buy them.
You know, I mean, it's even got to the point where people have complained to the official bodies to say it's a form of gambling in games and they should do something about it.
Well, it is to some extent, though, isn't it?
It can be.
Yeah.
I mean, I think what Rocket League did is very important. They have a checkbox in the options that says turn crates off. And I think that if you do that, then it gives people a one-time, instant way to say, this isn't in my game. Now, it's obviously a different matter for different games, but I think that the games need, if they're going to use these, and let's be honest, they're a way to make money because they're working and they do make money. So therefore, the game companies are going to do it. I don't want it to be regulated, I suppose. I mean, I find it kind of annoying, but on the other hand, hey, it got me my electroshock goal explosion. But, you know, I do think that it's... I mean, here's the thing. Look, let me tell you this. Yes, I've traded in Steam trading cards for money that I've used on keys. So there's a thing, right? They made some money off me in an indirect way. I didn't spend my actual money, but for all intents and purposes, they got wealth out of me. I probably would have spent 3 times as much if they just had a shop with like 20 different goal explosions in it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
but that's for your personality, though. Like other people.
Exactly right. And I'm not most people. Most people, you know, especially kids. I dare say the vast majority of this money is probably coming from people in the 12 to 20 age range.
Absolutely.
Because you're younger, you're more impulsive, and for younger kids, it's not their money. So, like, who cares? Mom, I need $20 more for Rocket League.
What for? You keep spending my money. When you gonna go out and get a job?
Get the goal explosion with the popcorn, Mom.
Your dad would not like it if he were here. God rest his soul.
He's not. He wants me to have popcorn, probably.
No,
God,
he's long gone.
Sucks so hard. Ha! I scored on you. Easy. Kill
You
yourself,
fucking idiot.
man.
Oh,
Uninstall.
What the fuck's wrong with you? And scene.
And that's our scene with children playing Rocket League.
There you go. That's exactly what it's like.
Yeah, that's right. So, you know what? Is this causing distress for people?
It never comes into my life.
It's not like a huge ordeal for
I don't think it's causing distress. What I think the problem is for a lot of players is you see it as an intrusion in the game, and something that, especially if it's in single player games, you know, something that kind of takes them out of the experience.
I don't know why, but like, for me, like, 2 games that I play that have crates: Rocket League, PUBG. I never look at them. I never even know they're there.
Yeah,
and you can open crates in PUBG.
Oh, Overwatch as well. Overwatch has crates.
In PUBG, can't you? I mean, last time I played, you could open them after playing for a certain amount of time.
No, I've opened crates, and like.
But are there also keys to buy for the crates?
No, there's keys to buy. I think with Overwatch crates, and I've opened Overwatch crates, and
Overwatch and Rocket League.
I open them, and then I just go, okay, look, what's
that's the
that
thing.
shit?
With Overwatch, like, you know, I'll look at what's in them when I have them, you know, and I guess you can buy keys for them or whatever, but there are some that you could just open automatically.
Yep.
And like
every time you
know,
level
it'll
up.
be like skin or a new thing you can spray paint on the wall.
Oh,
Here's
a new
the thing.
voice thing, yeah.
Right. Here's the thing. Nobody gives a shit.
People do.
When you're playing, no. I'm saying if I'm playing you in PUBG and you kill me, I'm gonna see your dude on the screen for like half a second.
Yeah, but
half a second. I'm not gonna look at that body and go, "Wow, look at the shirt he's got on. He looks so cool."
It doesn't matter though. That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that whether people give a shit or not, because it's more about the person who's got it thinking that people give a shit.
You're right. I know. My point is, if we can do our part to get everyone to realize that nobody gives a shit about what kind of shirt you're wearing,
no one gives a shit.
Then maybe they'll be less likely to buy these. And if everybody had that same consciousness, you know.
I don't know though. In the you know, the airplane bit, like the lobby bit where just before the airplane in PUBG, everybody always gathers around the person with the yellow tracksuit.
I'll say this: I talk a lot of smack, but when someone has a cool goal explosion, I'm like, ooh, he's got the popcorn goal explosion.
See, we know what you fucking like, I tell you. But just to elaborate a little bit on that story, but yeah, Shadow of War players are using tricks and cheats to combat the loot boxes.
Well, how do they do that?
I don't get. If it's a single player game, then it's especially stupid. Like, you want a cosmetic item so that you and you alone can see your guy in a different hat?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It is weird. The first thing they've figured out, sorry, the first thing they've figured out is that if you decline Shadow of War's terms of services at the very first time you boot it up, it forces you to play offline all the time, and it rids the game of all of the market and the loot boxes.
Yeah, but there's probably other drawbacks to that.
Not really. No, they've said that, apart from not having access to buy stuff that you don't probably need anyway, it just makes it into just a standard single player game, which is what a lot of people are wanting.
That's fine, and I would like that option anyway. I think it sucks that you have to be online to play these things.
Yeah, it just says playing without the loot boxes of the market doesn't all of a sudden rebalance the game, but playing offline does turn off Shadow of War into an old-fashioned single-player experience, which some I think will quite fancy. So that's one thing that people are doing, but you can only do it, right? If you want to do this, you have to do it the very first time you boot it up, because once you've opted in, you can't opt out. So once you've accepted the terms of service, that's it. And so it does give you warnings. It says if you do offline gaming, you will not be able to access. If you do, you'll not be able to access any online features of Shadow of War until you agree to today to use as described in the prior screen. This includes accessing the marketing online gameplay modes. Are you sure you want to continue? So that's the first thing that happens. And then it says, it doesn't stop at that point. It then gives you another warning. It says, if you try to go to the market, it says feature unavailable due to your data use choices. You have not consented to data processing that would allow access to online features for Shadow of War. This includes access to the market and online game modes. Return to the main menu to change
you don't
your
have to read the
data
whole
use
thing,
choices.
man.
I know, I'm just telling you.
Hey, he does. What are you talking about?
Yeah, dude, what are you talking about?
Audience
So there you
leader.
go. So they're doing that, but the second and the more potentially worrying for Warner Bros. Is some players are using cheats to buy as many loot boxes as they can, or as they like, in the PC version of Shadow of War.
Yeah.
So they're using a cheat code which gives them unlimited loot boxes.
That couldn't possibly ever backfire. Go ahead, kids, do it.
Yeah.
Jeez, what happens around and they go, oh, this person got 700 loot crates. They owe us $700.
Yeah. I mean, you don't get all of them because the currency that you can get unlimited of is one called Miriam, whatever the hell that is.
Yeah, you get that first one. Don't talk about that smack. It's thing in Lord of the Rings.
It's not the highest currency you can get. So you can only get one level of tier or one tier of the loot boxes, but you can still amass a powerful army, apparently, with all the gear you'll ever need to get on with the game. Essentially, this cheat makes Shadow of War's endgame grind absolutely obsolete. Which is probably a good thing, because that's the other thing that pisses me off with these games, and this has been criticised a lot for, is the amount of grinding you need to do to get to the end game.
Grinding. Apparently, Forza 7's got loot crates, and now there's a lot of grinding in Forza 7.
Everything's got, but that's the other negative effect of these loot crates, isn't it?
Yeah.
They make you grind. If you don't grind, you've got to pay, man.
It's basically turning games
into
into the mobile game format, isn't it?
Yeah, but it shouldn't be, because you're already paying a premium for that game to begin with. It's not like it's for free.
No, you're not listening to me, Stu.
Yeah, but no, but
fuck them.
Yeah.
Fuck them, Stu.
I don't know. Fuck
Who
'em.
gives a fuck about you? No one. Fuck
No.
them. Fuck you.
them.
And fuck video games.
And fuck everybody, now that I think about it, as George Carlin once said.
Anyway.
They don't care
next.
about you, Stu.
I know, they don't care. Next is a serious story. So quite a serious story. But ex-Uncharted developer alleges sexual harassment at Naughty Dog.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. So former Naughty Dog employee David Ballard has gone public with a claim of sexual harassment he faced while working at the Uncharted and Last of Us developer. So yeah, this is what he said. He said, in late 2015, I was sexually harassed at Naughty Dog by a lead. My work environment became extremely toxic afterwards, And in February 2016, I had a mental breakdown at work, and Sony, PlayStation, and HR became involved. When I told them about the harassment, they ended the call and fired me the next day. They cited the company was moving in a different direction and my job was no longer needed. They tried to silence me by offering $20,000 if I signed a letter agreeing to the termination, as well as to never discuss it with anyone. I declined to sign. I have been unemployed now for 17 months since. When interviewers asked why I left Naughty Dog, I said I was burned out by the crunch, ashamed to get to the root of the problem, being sexually harassed. I'm speaking out now because of the strength I have seen in others coming forward about their experience in the TV and film industry. This is the hardest thing I've ever done. I will not let anyone kill my drive or love for the video game industry, my passions, or my life.
I'm glad he's doing it. It's got to be incredibly difficult to do it. You know, man or woman, it's devastating to happen, and it sucks that this is a plague that we see across various industries. We saw it at Fox News. We saw it at the Weinstein Company, of course, Bill Cosby, and I mean, even President of the United States, present and past, right? Bill Clinton's no angel. So it's it's kind of sick and sad, and I think we have to, as a society, really confront it a lot more.
Yeah, I think what's interesting in this case is that it's a guy. So it's a guy rather than a lady, which tends to be the case.
Well, Terry Crews talked about it. Happened to him too.
Terry Crews?
So,
yeah, you know the actor?
Yeah, I love Terry Crews. I watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine all the time.
Yeah.
Oh,
he
wow.
find about his statement.
Yeah. The only issue here at the moment is that there's no evidence to back up anything he's saying, so it is only alleged at the moment.
But there never is. Like that you're almost never gonna have, like, unless you're tape recording it, like you're not gonna, or the person.
But it wouldn't be admissible anyway.
Us, right? Like then you're done. Oh wait, no, that doesn't let you. Yeah. So it's just, yeah, it's sick.
I mean, this is Sony did respond.
Hang on. Wait. Here's what Terry Crews said. This whole thing with Harvey Weinstein is giving me PTSD. Why? Because this kind of thing happened to me. My wife and I were at a Hollywood function last year, and a high-level Hollywood executive came over to me and groped my privates. Jumping back, I said, "What are you doing?" My wife saw everything, and we looked at him like he was crazy. He just grinned like a jerk. I didn't kick his ass because of how the media would spin the story. 240-pound black man stomps out Hollywood honcho would be the headline the next day, and then he would have been in jail. So they just left the party.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. And that's what he said. I let it go. I understand why many women who this happens to let it go. Who's going to believe you? What are the repercussions? Do you want to work again? Are you prepared to be ostracized? And so, unfortunately, that's the thing. Now, I get from a legal perspective, yeah, it's tough because it becomes he said, she said, or he said, or whatever. So it's difficult, but I still think we have to, look, there have to be systems in place. So as soon as this happens, the person has an easy way to deal with it that doesn't have any backlash against him or her. Like they need an avenue to report it and be taken seriously and have something change because of it. But we often don't want to do it. We're like, well, you're probably overreacting, and then we get your boss involved. But if your boss is the one doing it, then what? That's where it gets real tricky.
Yeah, but then he goes to the boss above. There's always a boss above the boss, isn't there? Usually.
All friendly. So, if boss level 2 is friends with boss level 3, then you're supposed to go to boss level 3, but then they're all friends. So it's like very hard to do that. It needs to be an independent group. In the same way we need police oversight by community organizations that, in internal affairs that isn't all working together. There has to be some independent way of resolving problems within the system.
Yeah. I mean, Sony did respond. So they did respond to this. He said, "We have recently read on social media that an ex-employee of Naughty Dog, ex-employee of Naughty Dog, David Ballard, claims he was sexually harassed when he worked at Naughty Dog. A PlayStation spokesman said, we've not found any evidence of having received any allegations from Mr. Ballard that he was harassed in any way at Naughty Dog or Sony Interactive Entertainment. Harassment and inappropriate conduct have no place at Naughty Dog and Sony Interactive Entertainment. We have taken and always will take reports of sexual harassment and other workplace grievances very seriously. We value
what else
every
are they
going to
say?
Exactly. Yeah. Productive workplace and environment, blah, 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 blah. So they're going, nope, nothing happened.
Of course they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there you go.
So, I mean, look, if nothing else, like, and a lot of times these folks aren't speaking out because they want specific repercussions for the person that harassed them, as nice as that would be. I think they want to make people aware of the fact this stuff happens, and we need to be aware of it happening, and we need to take steps to change the society and the organizations that we work in to prevent this sort of thing from happening to other people. In other words, if he were able to say, here's what would have helped me in that situation, then we might be able to make that change, even if we can't prove or, do anything about the specific person involved here.
Yeah. So there you go. So hopefully something will happen as a result, or he has got some sort of evidence more than just his say so, I guess. And that something can be done about it. Next is if you picked up one of these fancy fandangled Sony VR headsets at some point in time.
Our headset.
Oh yeah, fun time. Look, you might be happy to know that over 60 PlayStation VR titles are coming in the rest of 2017 and early 2018.
Nice.
So they're still supporting this thing.
Nah, fam.
What else are they gonna do? They sunk so much money into it, they have to.
Yeah, so they are still supporting it. They're still going for it, and they have released this week that over 1 million now have been sold. So they've got over 1 million of these headsets in people's hands.
I thought 1 million already sold.
I don't know. That's what they're saying.
Bullshit.
Maybe 1 million shipped. Maybe 1 million shipped. Well, 1 million have been sold now. So 1 million have gone to consumers. So I don't know. It's interesting to see. We'll see how this sort of plays out, really. So yeah, it's still doing all right. It's doing all right, apparently.
No, it ain't.
It's
Just
doing
let
all
go,
right.
Stu.
It's doing all right. It's doing
Fuck.
all right.
What are the games?
Doing all right. Oh, do you really want me to read out the game list?
Smattering. I don't want you to read the whole list like you
You
often
want
do.
them?
Just
What do you
give
want?
me a little
What do you
taste
want?
of
What do you
what's
want?
coming.
Okay. What's coming? I'll tell you what's coming. Abduction. You know that? Is that some game you played? Abduction.
I play like half of it. I need to get back to it at some point.
Yeah, Abduction's coming. I'm trying to look at something that Doom
Significantly different in VR. I gotta be honest.
Doom VFR is coming.
Stop.
Doom, baby. I'm trying to look if there's anything you'd actually. Oh, Monsters of the Deep, Final Fantasy Fishing.
All right, we're done.
It's coming.
What's the next news story?
Next. Oh, sorry, just a minute. I just should mention Skyrim in VR.
No, because the VR sucks on that, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
You touch a place and then it hops over there.
Yeah, it does. Another big news story this week is Humble Bundle has been acquired by IGN.
Oh yeah, huh?
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Did you not know this? This was quite a big story this week. So yeah, Humble Bundle has been acquired by IGN. Humble Bundle CEO and co-founder Jeffrey Rosen announced the sale on a blog post today, describing it as our biggest bundle ever.
I don't know. I don't get that news story.
Wow, what do you not get?
How can they? What's Humble Bundle?
Are you seriously saying what's Humble Bundle?
Yes.
Oh my god. You can tell you've not been a PC player for long.
Here we go. This is true for all of us today.
I'm learning.
Lending. It's true. Humble Bundle's probably one of the biggest things that we as PC gamers use on a constant basis.
Okay, here's what it is, Chinny. They have a website where they offer games, and if you pay a certain amount of money, you pay what you want for like 3 games, and then you can beat the average for another 3 games, and then if you pay a certain tier, $10, $15 or more, or whatever, then you can get all the games in the bundle.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's how bundle.
And I
works.
bought
A lot of money
books.
goes to charity.
So why
Yeah,
is Stu?
bundles.
Why is Stu acting like this is like the most common thing that everybody should know? Oh, because
website ever.
Because he does that with everything, right? Okay.
No, Humble Bundle. To be fair, we've talked about it a lot because
Yes.
we bought loads.
And
of
I
games on
don't
Humble
fucking
Bundle
pay
between us.
attention.
So it's not something we've never mentioned before. I mean,
And
Duke and I have bought loads of games on Humble Bundle.
You're not the cheesy Flintscape that the rest of us are.
Yeah.
So we're always looking for like, ooh, we can get 7 games for 30 cents. You're not that kind of guy.
But yeah, I mean, I bought books off there as well. I bought audio books. I bought all sorts of stuff off.
That's the
Humble
thing.
Bundle.
They've branched away from. So here's the question though: is IGN's ownership of this going to change anything?
I don't know whether it will. I don't think so. I mean, what they're basically saying is that they're gonna still leave them just to do their own thing. They're not really gonna sort of meddle as such.
I wonder if it would affect the way IGN reviews things. Like that's the one thing that I worry about is the editorial and the business coming together. Because if you know you're going to have a game in the bundle eventually, but you're inclined to give it a bad score,
Yep.
your editor might be like, you know what? You can't give it such a low score.
Give it an 8.
It's with these people. You what?
Yeah.
Give it an 8 out of 10.
Give it an 8.
Right. And it's not usually that cut and dry.
I don't
but
give a
it has the
fuck.
potential for that sort of thing.
I don't care if it's fucking Hellboy. Give it an 8.
I mean, just to put it into perspective as well, they've already raised over $100 million for charity since it started in 2010.
Yeah, that's awesome, and they're doing some good stuff.
Maybe
you
they
know?
see it as their corporate CSR bollocks.
Yeah, that could be.
Yeah. So.
I mean, it's a presumably also a profitable enterprise because it's not all the money going to charity.
Oh no, all these charities have costs, as they say. They all have costs. You know
What are you
what I'm
saying it
saying?
like that for?
Because a lot of these costs are profit.
Well, they say it not for profit, but we happen to make a profit along the way. Well,
yeah,
what
we do. We make money, kinda, in
Has
a
to get
cost kind of way. Next story: Cuphead sells 1 million copies already.
Cuphead, million copies.
1 million copies, which is pretty good, I've got to say. That's a really good, healthy amount of copies to sell in a couple of weeks. So yeah, so well done, Cuphead. There's not much more to say about that. That is what it is.
Owlboy has sold 100,000 copies, so I guess Cuphead is 10 times better, huh?
10 times better.
Oh,
Yep.
snap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talking of Shadow of War, because we mentioned that earlier, the de novo protection that a lot of obviously these games are using these days to stop pirating the games was cracked in a day. So it was literally a waste of money.
Yeah.
Yeah, for them to do it. Well, it's been getting quicker and quicker, hasn't it? As obviously they've been getting better at cracking it. You know, it was like the last game I think that came out was about 2 or 3 days. It's only lasted a day now. And they know it'll always get cracked. The whole point of the protection was to give it time to at least sell some copies in the first week or so of release, rather
Crack
than
it quicker.
But they've just cracked it quicker. So I don't see the point of these game companies putting this on anymore, because it's just a waste of time and money and effort. So I mean, what do you think of this, Stu? What do you think of the de novo protection?
You know, it seems like the type of thing where they're trying desperately to. I want to say some other way of saying it. My brain's not working right now. You know, they want to try to protect their stuff, but it's the arms race that hackers have, right? The more protection you put on a thing, the more of a challenge they see it as. It reminds me of the stupid resistance flag that Joseph Gordon-Levitt tried to do. Y'all know about that?
No.
I don't think I do. No.
After Trump got elected, he was like, "We will resist," and he did some art installation where he was just like, "We will resist," and then all the Trump trolls came flooding onto it, and then he put it out in some field. He put the flag out in a field, and it
that
was
wasn't Joseph Gordon-Levitt. That was fucking Shia LaBeouf.
Shia LaBeouf. I'm sorry, you're right.
I was
my
gonna
bad.
say I like Joseph
Yeah.
Gordon-Levitt.
I know. But anyway, like, but it was an arms race. Like, these trolls on 4chan, like, they ended up driving around various cities, honking their horns to see if it would show up on the goddamn camera feed. And I'm just like, y'all need a hobby. That's just sad. So I feel like that's probably the same thing with this.
Yeah.
You know, it's a badge of honor. They don't care about the game itself.
Nope.
God,
It's like-
no. I mean, but it's and it's become how quick can we do it? Well, it's almost like a speed run.
Well,
You know,
that
these-
it's how a hacker can cut his teeth and get a name for himself out there.
Yeah, there's
you know what I mean?
communities
Like,
where they're building names for themselves out there.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, and they set challenges
Why
for each
people
other
just-
and all sorts of stuff.
They don't. I mean, you know, the speed run of itself, you know, it is impressive for its own sake, but mostly they want people to know who they are. Now that's
Oh,
the
yeah.
crazy thing about it. Okay, yeah, you crack this and you know they know who you are, but then the next game comes along, someone else cracks it faster, no one knows you anymore. It's just like the thing with the loot boxes. I'm gonna get this hat and people will remember me. No, they won't. They really won't. Nobody cares that I have an electroshock goal. It's just
Have you got an
about-
electric shock goal?
It's an ego. It's all about the ego. So I'm trying to do battle with my ego.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
wait
guess
till
I-
you get
what-
that platinum
it's
reward, man.
Y'all just jealous. You ain't got no electric shock, Cole. You're
We
just
ain't
mad
got no-
clocking your hat. What hat?
Yeah, yeah. Yes, talking of VR, because we have mentioned VR, Oculus.
Oh, Christ, not again.
I know. Oculus cut the Rift price and announced the standalone Go headset.
Oh,
And now it's $20.
Well,
Please
it's
buy one of these.
It's not quite that cheap. But yeah, the Oculus Rift with its motion controls, so bundled with the new controllers, etc., is.
Oh, here we go. I got the Simpsons quote.
Lise, check it out. Time for chili. I saw it, Bart. We're just mad because there's no clock in your hat. What hat?
There you go, Antonio. Now laugh.
Yeah, so that's anyway. It's come down in price to £399 or $399. I know, yeah, I'm not being detailed. Or $399 in the States. So there's a conversion rate. None. There is no conversion rate. It's the same price wherever you are. So yeah, you can pick one of those up for $399. But come next year, you won't need no PC to run this thing. You ain't gonna need no expensive shit.
Yeah. They're coming out with the Mark II model that no one will also buy.
They're coming out with some expensive shit because they're gonna bring out a Oculus Go.
Ugh.
I wish it would
new
fucking
face.
Oculus Go.
VR.
4 years, it'll all be gone.
You won't need to plug it into a PC or even slot in a mobile phone. With the whole shebang packed into the goggles themselves. It'll release
It's
at some
over.
point next year. Listen to this though. Listen to this.
You lost.
For $199,
You
which
lost.
is very accessible, I have to say.
You're gonna get one
It's
of these
high
things.
resolution.
He is
It's
gonna get one.
lightweight. And this is when Facebook is taking over VR,
No,
man.
it ain't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
So-
Valve was released one, and it's like, oh, there we go again.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Nah,
we'll
fam.
see.
Nah, fam.
Nah, don't give me none of that shit.
Stu,
I
why
don't know,
do you
we'll-
do these accents?
I have no
can you-
clue.
Can you not do them? Because they make me feel uncomfortable.
Anyway, who knows? We'll see. It's coming out next year.
Why is there
It'll
got to be something
standalone.
else? Like, why? Can we just release games and play games?
Because
Is that
they
it?
spent millions and millions of dollars into these headsets,
Well,
and
not
people,
only that, but they
for a
paid
little
millions
while-
and millions of dollars to buy it in the first
What?
place. Well, Facebook paid millions of dollars to buy Oculus.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Oculus spent a lot of money to develop it. Facebook believes in it, so they invested more money into it. And now they're going to get their goddamn money back, or maybe they're not, but they're going to do everything they can to try to get that return on that investment. The problem is the product is stupid and people aren't really that excited about it anymore, but they're going to keep trying. It's like if the Kinect tried to make a comeback or something. They tried with Rock Band. It didn't happen. You
I
had
don't
to run, let it go.
I think, yeah, but when you think about it, when it releases next year at $199 and you don't have any wires and you don't have to plug it into a PC,
Oh,
and
Stu.
you don't need
It's
No, but
really
you-
not
what
the
you-
problem.
what
That's
you-
not the problem.
it's not a problem. But the point you're missing is this suddenly becomes accessible for your standard Joe blog.
I'm not missing it. I just
Well,
don't give a
so look at
fuck
the
about it.
attitude of the folk.
All right, how about this, Stu?
His
Let's
relatives
put
in a
some money
room
here.
with them.
You need to put your money where your mouth. You sound like you're really convinced this is going to make a difference.
I think you will.
Okay, let's put some money on it. How do we know if it's succeeded? What's the number they'll need to move in order for you to be satisfied?
5
And then how
million.
much you bet that it's going to make it?
$1 million
No,
headset.
no, millions not. No.
I think the go.
I could sell 1 million pubes on eBay. That's a piece of piss.
I don't.
So what
think
you saying?
it's
2
a-
million is what it's needed to prove?
I
that it's
I
made?
think 5 million is a measure.
Do you think it could make 5 million, Stu?
Eventually.
Over
What
how
time-
long?
over what time
We need a
period?
time frame.
2 years. They ain't gonna nobody buy any more of these after 2 years.
I think the Oculus Go will sell 5 million over 2 years.
How many has the Oculus Rift sold so far?
Yeah, but that's different.
I'm just asking.
Talking about an
He's
headset that
asking, he's
originally cost
asking.
about £600, and he
He's
had to connect it to a
asking.
computer that cost about another £800.
Stu,
Yeah,
he's just
but dude,
asking the
they-
question.
The Vive and the Rift together
I've
haven't
no
cleared
idea.
a
It's not very many. It's not very many because obviously the Sony VR has outsold both of them, and that's not sold more than 1 million, or just over 1 million, as we know.
Is that the same as
It's a few 100,000 as far as I'm aware.
PlayStation VR sold 1 million? Samsung's Gear VR, I've never even heard of that.
That's the one
Yeah.
that's on your phone. So you put your phone
Apparently
in
it
it.
sold more than 5 million.
Well, of course it did, because it's
like a
cheap.
tenner.
This is what I'm trying to tell you. When something's cheap and accessible, people will
Okay.
buy it.
Hey, so you're convinced in 2 years we'll have 5 million Oculus Go's on the
Yeah.
market in people's hands. So let's put so we have our structure for the bet. Now what are you gonna bet?
I don't know. What am I going to bet? I don't know. What shall we bet?
How about $50 to Chinny's after 2 years? You donate $50 if you lose, and I'll donate $50 if I'm right. Wait, if I lose $50 to Chinny's live
Charity of choice. Kidney charity of choice. Whatever he's doing.
Extra life thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. 50 bucks.
There we go. So somebody needs to keep track on the 15th of October in 2019.
From it being released. We can't do it from now. It's going to be from when the fucking thing's released.
Okay.
Well, this is 2020.
Yeah,
Somebody
we're talking a long
write it
time. Well,
I'm gonna
years.
be dead by then.
Well,
It's
we'll
fine.
give it to the charity of your next of kin.
On my
We will,
on my
we will.
grave, it'll be
And after Brexit-
died of boredom from this conversation.
After Brexit,
You're gonna be
50
at the
quid-
deathbed and go, I can't die. I have to know if Stu was wrong.
After Brexit, 50 quid will be worth like a fiver.
Yeah.
So you know.
All right. Any more news? If not, we're done.
No, that's it.
I
That's it. for
finished.
news.
I finished the
Okay.
Lego thing.
Yay! Chinny finished the Lego thing.
It's pretty cool.
He started it a long time ago in a podcast far, far away.
Oh, good. I'm tired now. That was hard.
Yeah. Well done, sir. Now you can create the pod racing scenes from episode 1.
Come.
All right, what are we doing? Email?
Yes, we have got one email this week.
Whoa, that ruled.
Rightio. So we have got one email this week, which is off Procrastinator Fabulous, who has finally got his shit back together. Because he's been slacking a bit. He's been slacking, giving us excuses why there's been no quiz and shit. Well, he's back on it. He's back.
Appreciate you sending stuff in.
We do. Anyway, he says this. Guten Abend.
Guten
everyone.
Abend.
Guten Abend.
Do we really need to keep looking at your desk, Chinny, now that there's nothing on it?
I'm moving it.
Okay.
Moving it. Look at his ugly face instead.
Oh.
Today, my dad dropped his wallet and lost it while we were on a walk.
Better than dropping your kegs.
Did you see that gif of the woman who was on a boat and she's like lounging to the side and then her phone falls off her pocket and goes through the slats into the water?
No.
That's not good.
Yeah.
Anyway, it gave him an idea for a quiz on on theft. Well, let's be honest, right? Your dad's wallet didn't get stolen.
The quiz. We play the shitty sound clip when it's time for the quiz.
He didn't get stolen. He lost it. But that's slightly different. But he probably got stolen after he lost it. Who knows?
Who knows?
Yeah, it's good that you can pick nits about the email that's
exactly
saging this quiz. Sorry.
Anyway, here we go. Question 1. Are you guys ready? You ready for this?
I'm ready.
In Skyrim, if you don't get this, you need a slap apparently because you know you are the Skyrim guru. But anyway, in Skyrim, what is the classic trick that allows you to steal anything?
Put a bucket on someone's head.
There you go.
Yeah. I've never done that, but I know what it is.
Yeah, put a bucket on the shopkeeper's
I've done
head.
it in real life.
Yeah. Did it work out? Could you steal without them knowing?
I walked into Nando's with a bucket and I put it over the girl's head, and then I just went behind the thing and stole loads of chicken.
And she never knew?
No, didn't notice. She was just like, "Can I help you, sir? Can I help you, sir?"
All right. Do y'all know Mutiny Eddie or Teddy?
No.
You know this person? He likes ancient sound clips. How about this classic one? You got something to say about my sound clips? Say it.
Don't back. Hey, dude, calm down. Back off. Back off.
I don't know, man.
Just cool it, man. It's not worth it. It's not worth it.
And now Antonio's talking about my mama.
There you go. So anyway, that's 1,000-0 for Duke already. We can get one right. Right, number 2. Here we go. In Assassin's Creed,
Put a bucket on the head.
No.
I was just gonna say that.
What objects are constantly being stolen off each other by the assassins and the Templars?
Bag of gold. It's a bag of gold.
It's not a bag of gold, no.
What? You do get
No.
a bag of gold taken from you sometimes.
No, what's constantly being stolen off each other by the
Memories?
assassins and the Templars?
DNA?
No.
Dildos.
No.
Your
No.
ancestors.
No.
Bags
Feathers.
of dildo.
Feathers.
There's something that you're looking for the whole of the Assassin's Creed
The Holy
games.
Grail.
Shanties.
Kind of the Holy Grail. You're almost right.
The
Kind
It
of.
is the Holy Grail.
Well, it's the pieces of Eden.
It's the fucking Holy
Yeah, the
Grail.
apple.
You're both wrong. You're both
All
shit.
right, we both win.
Oh my god. Okay.
What's next?
Question number 3.
Yeah.
What is the name of the character you play in Thief, the 2014 release?
Dave.
Buckethead.
Dave.
Fred. Rumpelstiltskin.
Fred. No.
Tarquin.
Tarquin.
Limquin dim lim bus stop. Fatang ole biscuit barrel.
Hang on, let me just think. 1 sec.
You're typing.
No, I'm not.
No,
You're
that's
such
what
a
he
cheat.
thinks. He
That's
just
the
needs
way
to
I
drop his
think.
finger on the desk in order to think.
Don't be
I
like
think he's gonna be able to
so.
remember if he just thinks hard enough.
God. Garrett.
Stroke the chin, maybe that'll help.
Hey, well done. It is Garrett.
I don't know.
Yay! All right, good job, Chinny. I don't know why I'm cheering. That means we're tied now.
It does. 1,000 points each.
I
Here we
I
go.
totally didn't Google that.
You totally didn't. Number 5. Actually, it should be number 4, but it's mixed up. Anyway, number 4. Number 5? I don't know.
Oh
Number
my
Read the
god.
question.
I'm reading. What was an easy way to pickpocket in Assassin's Creed Revelations?
Oh, you ran. You ran and you bumped into him.
No, that's
Put a bucket on his
possible.
head.
That's possible, but that's not the answer here.
But fuck the answer.
Oh,
That's what he did. What did you say, Duke?
The apple of Eden, the pieces of Eden.
Put a bucket on his head.
Put a bucket on his head. Here's the answer. This is the answer.
You mix in
Throw-
with prostitutes and then take things.
Throw money, wait for the poor to rush in and grab it, then walk through while pickpocketing
And
them.
then you stab the poor and take their money.
And then you stab him in the face. Oh, I see what
It all
he
comes
did.
down to number 5, I guess.
Well, no, you see, because you had 1, 2, 3, 5, you see, and I'm like, oh, he's made a mistake there. But he didn't make a mistake because he says, that's it, I'm afraid. And that's, I have stolen as well. I stole question 4. You see what I did there?
So we're just tied? Oh,
You just
man.
tied 1,000 points each,
Nobody
people.
likes to tie. Come up with a question right now, Stu.
Question right now, I don't know.
Oh, here, I got a question. How many of HTC Vive Go's are they going to sell? If you guess none, that's correct.
I've got a question.
Okay.
How many agility orbs were in the original version of Crackdown?
500.
Like anybody fucking gives a shit.
There you go. Chinny wins the quiz because he knew. Chinny's the master.
I guess so.
Mm-hmm.
Because you were shit and you probably never even played it.
I did play it, but I just didn't pay attention. All right, is it time for Speak Pipes?
It is.
Speak
Type. It's the way to leave a message for us.
The first one here comes from Chopper Kelly. So let's see what he has to say.
Hey chaps, hope you're okay. It's Chopper Kelly here. I'm currently on the M5 between Wolverhampton and West Brom, lucky me. And I'm just headed back to lovely Kidderminster, where I live, which is kind of it's a bit like Wolverhampton, but we've got smaller buildings, but less murder, which is all right. Just listening to episode 505 or 405, I think it is.
He's listening to an episode from the future. That's awesome. Hey, did I ever get a book published yet in 2 years? And how many of those headset VR things did they sell? Sorry. He made a silly mistake. All right.
and a coat hanger. At first, I thought you were going to be talking about family planning in the 1950s.
Oh no!
But I was pleasantly
Abortion.
surprised. It was a very good shit story. I've got several, but I'll save those for another day.
Oh, what is SpeakPipe for if not for you to tell us about the time
Exactly.
like got clogged? In fact, that's your assignment. Everybody listening to these words for next week, you need to send us SpeakPipes with your toilet poop stories. And now back to Chopper Kelly.
The reason I was leaving you a message was to say in the week I've made a fantastic discovery. While moving house, moving my flat, I dropped a piano, a banjo, some drums, a hamster, a satsuma, and some other bits and bobs down 20 flights of stairs. And it turns out I'm a Japanese noise music creator. I'm just doing a recorder. We're into it, but whatever floats your boat. Anyway, thanks for doing what you do, guys. Love you. Take care.
Awesome.
That's the first time we've heard from Chopper Kelly, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it is. He's on Twitter a lot, and I like chatting with him on Twitter. That's the first time. I've heard him on
Is it Brian Bryanson? Who knows?
Yeah,
that's
true.
But you know what? That's funny. When he was talking about that, I was like, I would like to hear a recording of those things being dropped down the stairs.
Well,
Probably
you
sound
do.
exactly like that shit you listen to.
Yeah, it's a rough part of the M5, that is, Chopper Kelly. I hope you made it home okay. And poor old Kidderminster, their football ground's moving. How unfortunate is that? Bit of a conversation between me and Chopper Kelly there.
I guess so. You'll
go.
have to wait till next week for him to send back
Who knew?
to answer your question.
Yeah.
What about that
the next-
motorway there, eh, Chopper Kelly? You know, but you do get a nice view of those cranes on the by Junction 1 of the M5. It is quite.
Nobody cares about cranes. Oh wait, Stu cares about cranes.
Oh, cranes.
Oh,
it is a fucking nightmare, that area of the motorway. Can we talk about motorways?
Anyway,
There's
second
there's
feedback.
a
We have
great,
got another one.
There's a great crank call from oh god, what's his name? I can't think of his name right now. But anyway, he's like, I need help. There's a squirrel in my rental car. And the guy's like, where are you, sir? He goes, I'm on the highway. It's like, which highway? The one with all the cars. So anyway, all right. The next and final speak pipe comes to us from Derek Sainz.
Well, Lucy, your eyes are filled with tears.
My heart is filled with gladness. Oh, look. The orchestra's getting ready. Dance with me, George.
Get down.
Hello, veteran gamers. It's Derek Sainz again, and this week I wanted to talk about video games and people falling in love. And when I don't mean sex on a unicorn or dating a pigeon.
Nothing wrong with that.
You love them if not having sex on a unicorn.
Exactly. Nothing wrong with sex on a
Man
unicorn.
loves a woman very much. They find a unicorn.
Actually, when I just completely
When I first met Kay.
and I got a unicorn. No,
9 months before Millie was born.
in the Witcher 3 DLC, Blood and Wine, there's a reference to the unicorn. So that's kind of class. It's in there, man. There's an in joke.
Back to Derek Sainz.
Or getting intimate with an alien hottie in a far-flung corner of the galaxy.
Yeah, boy.
We're talking about two people getting together and realizing they like each other enough to maybe, just maybe, spend the rest of their lives together. And I just wondered, is there room in your collection for such a game, or would you prefer to just carry on shooting people in the face, or winning an online competition, or solving a tricky puzzle, or maybe blowing up a group of flesh-hungry zombies? And do you think video game producers will just carry on seeing love as another four-letter word and not really incorporate it in their games, or whatever? Until next time, I'll just say carry on mamboing, and of course, keep on gaming.
Well, I'll have you know, Derek Sainz. Okay, music cut. I'll have you know, Derek Sainz, that Skyrim has love and marriage. So, there's one thing to have sex on a unicorn, but it's another to have a deep commitment to another person in the game.
Do you know what?
Marry people.
Do you know what though? The sex on the unicorn aside, There are some quite interesting relationships in Witcher 3.
No, there aren't. It's a love triangle between Triss and what's the other one?
Tickle balls.
Tickle balls.
I don't remember her being called Tickle Balls.
Yeah,
Are you sure it's not
paying
Tickle
attention.
Balls?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, the point is, I don't know. I wasn't impressed by the relationships in The Witcher 3. There are some interesting scenarios in The Witcher 3, but I don't know. Whatever. I'd say BioWare does the best job with relationships, as I've said before.
Of course you would.
Well, as I've said before, I think Dragon Age Inquisition has very interesting relationships, not only with Morgana, who's the one that I was into, but there's that elf dude who's like always talking about leather and the smell of it, and like you can buy him leather boots, and he's like, "Oh, these smell great." That's just kind of creepy, but it's funny.
Yeah, no, it's Yennefer, the other one in The Witcher. Yennefer. But the interesting thing about Yennefer is that's where the reference comes in The Witcher 3 Blood and Wine, because she turns up at the end there's a final little quest you do.
You're right, that is interesting. That
and
sound
she actually asks you,
smashing into the desk from board.
She actually asks you, have you brought the unicorn for your new house? That's where she makes a reference. It's kind of funny, though.
The question is, would we be into a game that's only about love and relationships? And I don't know. I got to be honest.
Be a bit boring.
Catherine's like that, right?
Kind of.
If you took out the climbing parts of Catherine, that's what you're left
with.
Yes,
yeah, basically there's two Catherines. One's like completely
Slut,
off the wall.
One's a saint, right?
And one's a really nice, who he's with at the time, who's a sort of, and he has to decide. But these things only work if there's some sort of angst or friction or something going down, don't they?
It's Archie Comics. It's Betty or Veronica. Which one are we going to have?
Yeah.
Red Dead Redemption, John Marston's married.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like the relationship being a part of the game that you get to control.
Well, he's just trying to get back to his life. He just wants a simple life, doesn't he? He doesn't want all the.
Yeah, but mostly that game is killing people and scalping.
I don't remember killing one person in Red Dead Redemption. It was all about his love for his wife.
Blacked out for a lot of that game. Maybe if you played it on the Oculus Go, you'd have more fun.
I think what's interesting, the only game I can think of where, although it's not about love, it has some of those sort of themes in it, is A Novelist. Have you played this? A Novelist? It's like an indie game, but you're basically watching. Sadly, it's not really about love. It's more about a relationship breaking down and stuff, and the guy who has like writer's block and
what about The
how
Sims?
That affects.
Yeah, I was gonna say The Sims has a lot of that.
The Sims is about how fucking, if you do it without the cheats, it's about how dull life is.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And these games only really work if there's something interesting about them, and unfortunately, just falling in love isn't that interesting on its own.
Hang on, wait. Let's be clear. It depends on how it's done. Because if you had told me 5 years ago, oh, there's a game where you can cut down trees and build stuff, I'd be like, no, absolutely not. But
there's plenty of movies about falling in love and stuff, so why can't there be a video?
And a lot of them are shit, but some of them are
but there's always some angst going on, isn't there? There's always something happening.
Stop. Baron von Glauer has totally nailed it. We totally forgot.
Oh yeah, Hateful Boyfriend. There you go.
Game about relationships. It's called Pigeon Fucker Simulator.
Do you know what's interesting? You call it that. I've played quite a bit of the game. There has no one had any sex at all so far.
Not that you've seen. You got to get the hot coffee mod.
You get to that 10th level.
Not to a full coffee mod. Get it? Because it's had a full boyfriend. What the fuck does had a full mean?
No, it's hateful, I think. I always think it's hateful. I don't know. It means you hate someone, but you don't. I don't know. Who knows?
Gibberish. I hate it.
Gibberish. Hate that thing.
Hate it.
Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe, but I think it'd have to be done in a way that makes it interesting.
I mean, like video games are still cutting their teeth on story. Like we've only just got there with story. We're in the black and white sort of era of video games where, like, oh yeah, we can tell like really good stories with these if we put our heads together. And some people are very good at it, and some people are not very good at it. And the difference with I mean, I suppose there is this in music and movies as well, where you've got to be good at the craft. The gameplay's got to be good. With a movie, you got to show, not tell. You got to know how to to set a scene, to make sure that the viewer knows the placement of the characters or whatever. And in music, you know, you got to play the shit well and use your instruments right and compose them right and lay them correctly. So you know, like, we're still in like the very early stages of video games. In about 10 years' time, I reckon there will be games about falling in love and
we all like.
That's like, hey, we can point to that game about, like, this is a game that did it right, about like just a really serious relationship that has trials and tribulations, or you know, there's like questioning their love and their marriage and stuff. I reckon that will come about. You know, these developers that make these games, they get older, they get kids, and they start getting put in their influences. So it's only a matter of time, and I'm sure there's examples already, but like, you know, there's going to be one that's like going to do it mass produced, like this is the game that does it.
They're talking about dating sims in the chat, and I don't think, I mean, that's a prototype, I suppose, but every one I've looked at has just been off.
I'm talking about like that's gamifying like
that
like a date, whereas you're probably walking down like a Hellblade type of game, you know, where it's maturely taken on these problems, like The Simpsons, for example, like takes on like the question of whether Homer loves Marge multiple times in the early episodes, and he seriously thinks about like leaving her and everything, and it's a touching scene, it's a touching episode.
Look at Marge, my soulmate. Look at her records, they suck. Now look at my records.
So, you know, but like maybe in you know, before The Simpsons, to say that we was going to care about cartoon characters would have been obscene. So it's only going to happen with video games. It's a matter of time.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Also, shooting people in the face is way fun.
It's way more fun.
If you could have some way of representing a relationship that involves shooting in the face with love.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can do truth bullets, like, what's the difference?
Exactly.
All right, is it time for shout-outs?
It is.
It's time for a shout-out. Hey!
Hey!
Yeah, so I'll go first.
You go first.
I'm going to give a shout-out to Pilch Reed.
Pilch Reed!
I'm going to give him a shout-out.
He's not going to hear our shout-out, though.
Oh, no, he'll hear it. No, he will. No, he'll definitely hear it. Yeah, he'll definitely hear it. And he knows why. I'm not going to explain much, but, you know, he knows why. So, yeah, big shout-out to you, Pilch, man. You know, from me to you. Me to you. And that's it. That's it for me. So there you go.
I'm going to shout out the Chuckle Brothers.
Nice.
Chuckle Brothers.
From me to you.
Yeah.
Me to you. Me to you. You to me.
Support the Extra Life fuckers. VG Hub.
There you go.
4 for Nov. Support them. Donate your money, you cheap fucks.
That's the best way to get people to donate. They do that on Red Nose Day every day. It's like, every year. It's cheap.
People are dying, you lazy twats.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to shout out Mighty Ice Dude because he's the one who gave me this sound clip. The thing goes. That's a good sound clip. So thank you, dude. And I'll shout out Roscos because he's the one who gave us this sound clip.
It is what it is, and how it is kind of up.
And Antonio always likes a little bit of
woohoo.
And I don't remember who gave us this one, who reminded us we needed to use it, but it's a good one. I used it twice today. Oh, be real. Yeah, Antonio, for the games of Rocket League earlier today, we put some hurting in on them boys. Rocket League AD. So, yeah, and the Duchess for putting up with my yelling once a week. And she's just...
Why, is it only once a week you act like this, is it?
Yeah, exactly.
Who knew? Right, is that it? We done?
If you like this podcast,
almost.
There is another site you should check out, which is called VGHub.net. And on there, you find a bunch of links to other video game podcasts, similar in vein to ours, but different in the way they're delivered. Some have all kinds of sound effects.
For old people.
Some talk about RPGs.
Some people say.
Come on now. Some might say that.
No one says that.
Then, of course, you have links to, great forums.
You don't have any other friends.
So check it out, VGHub.net. It is a great starting point for your podcast discovery.
All right, people, we're done. Stop listening.
Let's
puppy.
Anything's gotta be better than this Xbox bullshit.
Brilliant.
Yes.
Do you know, I was thinking the other day, weirdly, apart from us, of course, the Why Don't You outro is the only original thing from the original 035's days.
Dude.
Should we change it?
No! Never changing it. Never changing it. Staying forever.
Outro song right now, and we'll use it in all future episodes.
Okay.
No!
This is the outro song. Outro song. The end of the show. You fucking pricks. Turn the podcast off. Oh, wait, you don't need to do that because it'll turn off when it ends.
Which, if you carry on doing this, could be a long time.
It will be long. Why don't you listen to another podcast, you ungrateful fuck?
'Cause...
So there you go.
Yeah.
That's the
I thought it was quite a good collaboration there. I think the harmony.
Yeah, I wasn't really happy about the collaboration part, Stu. I was doing it solo. You kind of went in on it.
I stopped recording, by the way, right after the end of the song.
Oh, you missed all that stuff. Damn.
No, it's good.
It's no good if you didn't record it.
Great.
Oh, for fuck's sake, I tell you, we did all that. You missed all the cool shit.
We don't
What is
need
this,
to,
5 or 6?
We don't need to pretend
Gross.
to like each other anymore. This is the show's
No, I know. You know, like that hateful boyfriend, I fucking hate you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
It's true. People don't need to know all that shit, though, do they? It's fine. We just have to get on for the sake of the show.
Chris 569D.
What about him?
Antonio, yes, but I got to do a couple of things. I got to finish this paper I'm grading. You kind of join us?
I might
Jenny?
do, yeah.
Oh God! Right, well, I'm
Give me
gonna
like
go.
2 minutes.
I'm going to bed anyway, and you
Okay,
sad
well, you go to bed.
You sad fucks can go and play fucking
jealous
Rocket
because
League.
you don't have Rocket League on the PC.
Play, you sad old bastards. You can play some fucking Rocket League, I tell you.
Yeah, so? It's only 11 p.m.
Yeah. Only. Righty ho, guys.
All right,
You're a
bye.
hoe, guys.
Righty ho, you hoes. I will see you next week. Hey, by the way, you be proud of me, Duke. Is he gone already?
No.
No. Has he gone? He's gone, hasn't he? Is he gone?
No, I'm here. What's going on?
I was going to say, when I was listening to the Wu-Tang Clan's new album today, they've been impressed.
All right, yeah. No. Well,
Yeah.
he's not here, so.
Isn't that it's tough
I'm
shit?
going
Right.
on.
Right. I will go.
Go ahead.
Can people still hear us?
Yeah.
Ugh. I was going to tell you something then, and then I can't
Alright.
tell you now.
I'm going
People
to
can
stop the
still hear.
stream.
Stop the stream, man.
Now.